not playing herself. It's Zendaya's playing a character named Zoe. I think that's probably pretty clear, but I just wanted to clear that up. This movie is full of dark magic. I'm convinced of it. There's something deeply sinister going on in this movie. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna figure it out. Let's go ahead and watch it. The movie starts out with Zendaya's character Zoe giving a maid of honor speech at her mom's wedding. She's marrying this new guy, so her family is about to be merged with his family. So it's Zendaya and her mom, and then this man and his 3 sons. So it's like a family of women mixing with a family of men, which makes a lot of sense because, as we know, women give birth to girls and men give birth to boys.
First off, I just want to say how happy I am that my mom has finally found love again. She is the most giving person I know.
Her speech starts off sweet, but then she immediately just starts like kind of complaining about having to live with 4 new guys because they're stinky.
4 guys, and their mysterious odors that they always blame on the dog.
Yeah, she sort of takes the opportunity to complain and just make her mom, I guess, like feel bad for marrying a guy. It's the happiest day of her mother's life. And also this guy, her new stepdad, is the happiest day of his life. And her speech is like, I hate my new family, my new stinky family. And this wedding will certainly ruin my life. To make matters even worse, towards the end of her speech, the boys lose control of their pet dog, who is at their wedding for some reason. They lose control of the dog, and the dog goes crazy and knocks like a chocolate fondue fountain all over Zendaya. And at this moment, I couldn't help but remember that Zendaya's character in Euphoria is supposed to be the same age as Zendaya's character in this movie, and their lives are drastically different. Throughout this movie, you will find that the characters are like super weird. They're like caricatures of people that don't exist in real life. And to show how much it's gonna suck really living with the boys, the writers of this movie decided to have the next day start with Zendaya's new stepdad screaming in the hallways, getting everybody ready for school. But then when he sees Zendaya come out of her room, he like doesn't know how to talk to her.
Hey, morning sport. I mean, hi girl. Hi girl.
It's like, dude, you're 50. Have you never talked to a girl before? The movie then establishes why each one of the new guys that she lives with is like gross in some way. One of her little brothers is really messy. The other one's always like cooking gross stuff. Which is like a weird character trait. I get the messy younger brother, but like the gross cooking younger brother, is that a thing? Is that something I'm supposed to be able to relate to? And then the oldest of the brothers is like always frantically running around. He's like always late for something. He's really scatterbrained.
My pants! Where are my pants? Where are my pants? Where are my pants?
Okay, excuse me, can we just establish a few ground rules here? You're not wearing pants. Please stay out of my personal space bubble.
Look, Zoe, I have morning basketball practice, and then a players meeting, and then a captain's meeting, and then even more practicing.
Kind of weird to respond to a request about like not invading my personal space when you're not wearing pants by saying like, but Zoe, I've got basketball practice. Like he fully like bumps his butt on her while getting ready in his underwear, and she's like, can you not do that? And he's like, sorry, sometimes when you're busy you just gotta rub up on your stepsis in your underwear. What don't you get? I'm in many extracurricular clubs, okay? Along with moving into a new house with all these boys, she also starts attending her new school, which is the school that her brother goes to. And you know how in Disney movies there's always like the distinct cliques, like there's the popular crowd and then there's like the stoners, but they never say stoners in the Disney movie. They're just kind of like, these are like the kids who wear jean jackets. This movie has the most insane high school posses ever. You got the skateboard boys. Okay, that's pretty normal. The next group she sees are the shirtless workout boys. And then just the straight up stinky boys, where the only like defining characteristic is that they're dirty, flea-ridden, smelly boys. You can hear like flies flying around them. What clique is this supposed to be in high school? And then there's the popular group, one of whom is also pretty stinky himself, actually.
The Tripster? The Tripathon? It's me. I'm Trip.
Oh.
Fart bomb.
Oh.
The movie sort of writes this off as like, well, this is just something boys do, you know? New school, you gotta kind of accept what boys come with it, you know? Boys will be boys. No. That is actually not what boys do. That is something that just one very specific boy does.
It's me. I'm Trip.
And he needs to be stopped. I cannot remember a single moment in high school where a boy walked up to a girl, let alone like the new girl who's already like scared and doesn't know anyone and is like, hey, I'm gonna fart in your face now. Welcome to the school, smell my ass. But it's not all bad though. She does make a friend on her very first day. And in typical Disney Channel movie fashion, she is wearing a fedora. Every Disney Channel movie has to have a token fedora blazer wearing character.
But the boys here are cute, aren't they? All of them. I think we have the highest percentage of cute boys in the entire greater Westlake area.
Unlike Zoe though, she actually kind of likes the boys at the school. She's like, sure, they may have their flaws, but they're pretty cute.
Wow, you seem a little...
Oh, boy crazy? Yeah. That's the official diagnosis.
Hold up. This girl has a picture of a boy that goes to her school in her locker. Is that a thing? I remember in like middle school, girls would have pictures of like celebrity boys in their locker. Imagine seeing a picture of you in somebody else's locker. I'd feel like I was being hunted. It's weird to have his picture in your locker. It's even weirder in the movie when we find out that she also actually has pictures of him printed out on her pillows in her bed. Nope. That's scary. Imagine if they start dating, she's like FaceTiming him in bed, and she like accidentally tilts the camera a little bit to the side, and he just sees his own face next to her.
Wait, what was that? Is that me?
Of course, Zoe does have a love interest in this movie, and he is introduced early on. It's this guy. Every boy in the movie is depicted in a negative light except this guy, because this guy, he's not like other guys.
Mr. Kale, pay attention. There will be a quiz.
On the praying mantis? Sphodromantis viridis, carnivorous member of the phylum Arthropoda, class Insecta.
Wow, he really is different than all the other guys. He knows about praying mantises. Most guys around this school don't know shit about bugs. Yeah, the movie really seems to depict this guy as like the way that guys should be. Guys shouldn't be stinky and messy, okay? Guys should wear beanie and sunglasses and know shit about bugs and be 35. I know I talk about this in like every Disney Channel original movie video that I make, but this guy literally looks like he's 30. Maybe he was held back for being too cool or not not being stinky enough. That seems to be a requirement at the school. He went on stage to accept his diploma, and they shook his hand, and they were like, wait a minute, why isn't your hand sticky? Actually, there's no flies flying around you. Get out of here, dude. Back to freshman year.
No wonder you do the silent lone wolf sunglass rebel thing.
Oh, it's pancake mishap this morning.
No, I'm not looking at that.
Okay, well then what are you looking at?
I'm looking at you.
Creepy. Stops in the middle of the hallway just to stare her down.
I think I've got you figured out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This just comes off as creepy to me. I guess this is supposed to be romantic, but it's not really romantic to me. Just scary.
I can see inside you.
Another one of the plot lines in this movie is that Zoe wants to join the dance team, but the girl who runs the dance team is like the popular mean girl. She doesn't want Zoe on the dance team because she's too good at dancing and it's gonna make her look bad or something. Anyway, by now you're probably wondering, when the frick does this app thing happen, right? When the frick does Zoe discover that the dog training app works on boys? Well, at first, it doesn't. Zoe's just trying to train the family dog because it's all just like the rest of the boys in the house. It's stinky. Gross. And it like destroys her room and shit. Breaks this thing that her dad gave to her. She downloads this app called Listen and Obey, which is kind of an ominous sounding app.
Sit. Shake.
Right away, this app is already clearly cursed with dark magic, right? And the dog can even tell too, because you know what the dog does the second he realizes what's going on? He grabs her phone and runs off with it and tries to destroy it, presumably to break the curse. And then what happens next is honestly the most confusing part of the movie, okay? So the dog drops the phone in the bath. Her brother gets it out and tries to swing it around to get the water out of it. It flies out the window, swings around a satellite dish, slides down a solar panel, and lands in dog food. And from here on out, that app is now able to control boys. Any man or boy this app can control against their will.
Sit.
And at first, while watching this movie, I didn't even think it was that weird. I didn't even give it a second thought. I was just like, okay, yeah, so something magical happened and now it can control boys. That makes sense. But like, what? What happened to the phone? I don't understand how solar panels and satellite dish changes the app from dog-based to man-based. Like, you'd think at the very least something having to do with like men would happen to the phone. Like the phone lands in like a bucket of buffalo wings or like flies through a football field. I'm just curious to know if that fucked up other apps on the phone or if it's just the dog training app. Now, whenever a boy likes one of my tweets, he goes into a coma for 3 years. And don't even get me started on the weather app, because every time I check that, boys start falling from the sky. Anyway, let's just say now that she's got the ability to control boys, she has a little bit of fun.
Boys are acting weird.
Dude, he farted twice in midair in such rapid succession. They added in 2 fart sound effects. Kind of impressive. I'm trying to imagine how she's gonna use the app to get herself out of this one. Stop farting. Take it back. Take the fart back. Suck it back up into your ass. Oh, how am I doing this? But no, she just uses the app to utterly humiliate him in front of his friends.
Go to the bathroom.
Oh, wait, no, not here.
I'm still confused about some of these clicks, by the way. Like, what are these nerdy kids supposed to be? Look at this kid in the green sweater, how he acts when nobody high-fives him. What is that acting?
I guess your dog app doesn't work on girls. Maybe because girls aren't dog-like enough. They're too catty.
Ah, that's funny. Girls are catty. What the fuck does that mean? Boys are dog-like? What the hell? I mean, I guess in this universe they kind of are. They're like flea-ridden, mangy boys.
Why do we smell like we smell?
So pretty much like the majority of this movie is just Zoe using the app to like get what she wants and make all the boys at the school act exactly how she wants them to. She turns the skater boys into gentlemen. She goes up to the nerdy gamer kids and tells them to like go do yoga instead of playing video games.
Let's go do some yoga.
And her brothers, dude, don't even get me started on what she does to her poor brothers. I'm taking the brothers' side, all right? They did nothing wrong. Her poor brothers were just living their lives until Zoe moved in and tries to fix them.
Be clean.
Holy moly, it's filthy in here.
Her messy brother, she tells to be more clean, which turns him into this like hyper-hygienic husk of his former self.
I need a sponge and soap and paper towels and a power washer.
For the rest of the movie, he's literally he's scrubbing everything frantically in a panic. Anytime there's a mess, he's like, I gotta clean it up. She tells the gross cooking boy to cook less gross stuff.
Start making less gross food.
So he's like cooking 5-star meals for the rest of the movie. And then the oldest brother, she tells him to be more focused.
Be focused.
Lampshade.
The boy is just like focused on inanimate objects for the rest of the movie. He's just like staring at a lamp or at the basketball net. She turns her own family into like mindless zombies and she's like, this is better. This is nice. It's creepy, dude. It's eerie, this movie. In all honesty, dude, this show walked so that WandaVision could run. This is basically WandaVision. In fact, since they're both owned by Disney, I wouldn't be surprised if this was in the same universe. This is like a prequel to WandaVision. This is where she gets the idea. It's kind of funny how low the stakes are considering the power that she holds. She could like take over Wall Street. She could get rich. She could make anybody do what she wants. Any man. She could fix every war. Create world peace. In fact, I think her friend says that at one point in the movie. She's like, we could end every war with this. And Zoe's just like, yeah, we could, but I simply will not. I think it's more important that my brother stares at a lamp for the rest of his life. That's kind of the shit I'm on.
Things aren't nearly as terrible as they were. Then again, I'm talking to a dog, so I might just be losing my mind.
Hey, smartphone.
In this scene, there's a little bit more development with the love interest. Zoe runs into him reading alone in the park.
So what are you reading? Oh, no, let me guess. The Cool Guy's Guide to Wearing Sunglasses Inside.
It's close. To Kill a Mockingbird.
I feel like when he holds up that book, we're supposed to be like, wow, he really is not like other guys. Except that, like, that is required reading in most high schools, so he actually is like other guys. He's like every other guy. To Kill a Mockingbird's sort of my favorite book. My second favorite is The Great Gatsby. Third favorite is Geometry 101. I just love to read, what can I say? Eventually things start to get a little crazy at school, and Zoe realizes that she probably shouldn't be controlling people like this anymore. People are getting into fights and stuff because the new cliques at school are just like not meshing well. So Zoe's like, all right, I'll just make them stop. And she tells the app to stop. And then of course everybody just stands still and freezes. And so she's like, oh no, I can't reverse the commands. If I tell them to stop, they're just gonna literally stop. And so then like many more days go by and she's just like, well, I guess I can never reverse the thing. And it's like, well, what if you just said, hey, ignore all the commands I gave you, instead of just saying stop and being like, oh, it didn't work. The movie continues to get even more dark to like a startling point. There's a creepy ass scene where the whole JV dance team wants to resign because they don't like dancing anymore. And Zoe's like, how about I use the app to make you dance instead? And so there's just a scene of them all like sadly dancing because their hearts aren't in it, but they are being like physically forced to dance. And the movie even goes so far as to make Zoe force the love interest to kiss her with the app.
Kiss me.
She just forced a guy to kiss her. Disney, what are we doing here, dude? What's going on? We need to have a talk with the writers of these movies. Anyway, Zoe feels bad after this, and she gets all stressed because there is a college scout coming to the basketball game. But Zoe's brother obviously isn't playing very well because the only thing he can do is like stare at an object for hours at a time.
Welcome to a new season of Husky basketball. The Huskies have been struggling with practice, and there's a college scout in the stands. So tonight's game could be a nail biter.
I like that the scout is writing stuff before the game even starts. What do you think he's writing? Ball round, court shiny, boys stinky. Just as the beginning of the movie made no sense, the ending also makes no sense. The phone falls into the wrong hands. The popular girl figures out that Zoe is using it to control people. I don't know how she figures it out. She just like sees Zoe holding it during dance practice and she's like, she's holding her phone while dancing? She must be using mind control. I gotta get that phone. Anyway, she steals the phone. At the basketball game, she just like starts making everybody obey her every command.
Bow down to me.
In order to get the phone back, Zoe's like, how about I just do whatever you want?
I'll do anything you want. Just say the command.
Hands.
And then this happens.
Roll over.
How did you?
I'm your brother. We stick together.
Sorry, what? He just broke the curse. Like the spell that everyone is under. He just like got up and he's like, I'll do it with you. I'm your brother. Don't worry about it. It's like, I'm sorry, is that what breaks the curse? Being a brother? Being her brother? And then eventually like her whole family is able to resist the app and get on the ground with her and start doing it. And it embarrasses the popular girl. And they like the only explanation for it is this.
Why isn't this working?
Because everyone knows. You can never make a dog turn against its own pack.
The rules to this movie, the lore does not make sense. I guess that's just how Disney Channel movies go. In the end, everyone sort of learns that like, hey, girls have things that girls do that are weird to boys, and boys do things that are weird to girls. And that's just how we need to leave it. Which in some sense I would agree with. Not in this movie though. The boys are disgusting in this movie. They need to change something about themselves. I think that there could be some middle ground between her mind controlling them and them just being utterly repulsive. Anyway, the moral of the story is like Zoe realizes that she is not God and should not have unilateral control over everyone's lives, and they all live happily ever after. Well guys, we may never be able to control boys using our smartphones, but you know what we can control? Our money. Thanks to today's sponsor, Current. Do a flip. Do a backflip. Sit. Speed.
I love you, Father.
Good boy. That's right, guys. Today's video has been sponsored by Current. Current is the future of mobile banking. You guys have heard me talk about how awesome Current is before, how flexible they are, how transparent they are with things like no hidden fees. But today, I've got something new to talk about, and that's interest. Because Current just launched a new feature called Interest where you can earn 4% APY on your money. That's 4% for your money literally just sitting there. That's right, you don't gotta be throwing money at the stock market or buying NFTs and investing in cryptocurrency to get some return on your money. With Current's interest feature, you literally just get 4% for your money just sitting there. And as if that's not already enough reason to start using Current, I am once again going to be giving away $5,000 with Current's help. So go ahead, download Current, make an account, use the code DANNYINTEREST for a chance to win, and so you don't miss out on that 4%. Signing up for Current is totally free to do. You can do it right now. So honestly, there's really no reason not to. All right, well, thank you to Current for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Current. They've been a long-time sponsor of the channel. They've helped me do some amazing things, so make sure you check them out, and goodbye. Bye. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to the Beef Zone, baby. This is where we talk about the internet's hottest drama going on right now. Today we're gonna be talking about Axel Weber. He's a TikTok star, and he's already started one of the year's most insane internet quarrels. I don't particularly talk about internet drama too much on my channel, but I had to do an installment of the Beef Zone just this once because this is a pretty unique case. I don't think I've ever seen anybody start an internet beef quite like this before. And that's because this dude, Axel, has started a feud with a college. This dude has started beef with a 4-year accredited institution. I've never seen that happen before. Other influencers are out here starting beefs with each other because of like messy breakups, problematic tweets. This dude's out here starting beef with institutions. That's crazy. I'm gonna start doing that. The DMV, you're done. You're canceled. I had to wait in line once 5 years ago when I got my license renewed. You're done. Everybody go harass the DMV now, please. No, don't actually do that. This dude, Axel Weber, he's a very popular TikToker. He's got 3.9 million followers. He is, okay. what was that? It looked like he was calling me. Okay, it's to share to WhatsApp, I see. I click on it, he's like, hey dude, are you making a video about me right now? No. How did you know that? So yeah, he was already really popular on TikTok. He had like 1 million followers a couple months ago, and now he's skyrocketed to almost 3.9 million followers, mostly because of this series of videos he did auditioning for Juilliard's acting school, and he did not get in. And his fans were like so upset by this that they started a war with Juilliard, which like thrust Axel into the spotlight because all of these major news outlets were like covering this dude. And so now he has like almost 4 million followers literally because he didn't get into Juilliard. Kind of crazy considering I also didn't get into Juilliard and I don't have 4 million followers on TikTok. So what happened with that? I didn't even get an audition with Juilliard. They didn't even offer me one. How fucked up is that? Where are my fans? Greg, what's going on? It's just kind of crazy that you can get famous for not doing something impressive, you know? Like if he had gotten into Juilliard, that would be really cool. That'd be worth, you know, making a big stink about, I feel like, because like nobody gets into Juilliard. Dude, did you hear about that guy who's going viral because he's gonna try to climb Mount Everest blindfolded with his hands tied behind his back? Oh no way, dude, that sounds insane. Did he actually do it? No, no, actually he did not. He's dead. He died. Not even on the mountain either. He choked on a granola bar on the flight to Mount Everest. He's going viral? Yeah, dude, his funeral has 800 million likes. So I feel like to fully appreciate this story, we kind of have to go back to the beginning where it all began. So in December of 2021, just about a month ago, Axel had just moved to New York. He's pursuing acting. He's making a bunch of TikToks about living in the world's smallest apartment, and he has just hit 1 million followers on TikTok.
Hi, we just hit 1 million on TikTok. Come on.
I can see why he had followers to begin with. He's like a charismatic guy. I'm sure people think he's handsome. He's got personality. He does his little dancey dance. Look at him go. But little did Axel know at the time that one Juilliard audition would change his life forever. And not because he did a good job, but because he did so bad that it changed his life forever.
Dear Axel, on behalf of the Juilliard division, thank you for your interest in our program and for sharing your talent with the faculty during the initial audition. As you are already aware, due to our callback process, you are no longer under consideration for admission for fall 2022.
It sounds like he already knew he wasn't getting in. It's kind of fucked up that they even sent him the letter. You already know this because we didn't give you a callback after your audition, but just so you know, you're still not accepted to Juilliard. You still did a really bad job. There's no chance of you getting in here. How many times do they have to tell him he didn't get into Juilliard? Damn. They just send him a letter every year. Dear Axel, as you may have guessed, as you are 2 years into going to a completely different school for a completely different degree, you did not get into Juilliard. Your audition was very bad, Axel. You ruined your chances of an acting career, Axel. Over the past 2 years, we have been telling every casting director and pretty much everyone who works in the industry how bad your audition was. We've had a lot of time to destroy your career, Axel, and we've done it. So it's a pretty sad video of him not getting into his dream school. I definitely feel for him, and a lot of other people did too. So basically what happened after that is a bunch of people started rallying to support him. You had like all of his own fans commenting being like, fuck Juilliard, dude, you don't need Juilliard. Even some celebrities weighed in.
Hello, Axel.
Hi, Charlie.
I replied to your video, but I figured I'd do a video message as well.
Appreciate it.
Not only did I not get into Juilliard, but I didn't get into 5 of these prestigious schools that I wanted to get into that I thought could better my career.
Don't believe it.
And while I do think school is great, and I did end up going to Berkeley.
Okay.
A prestigious conservatory for the arts
Congrats.
is not going to be the thing that defines your career as an actor.
Ooh.
Honestly, I mean, it's a sweet sentiment, and I agree with the message. You know, not every famous actor went to a super prestigious school like Juilliard to learn how to act. You know, some just had rich parents, and so that's how they got into it. Lucky for him, I feel like he seems to like Charlie Puth. I feel like this video would not be nearly as impactful if it was like some guy that Axel does not care about. There's a video of Vanilla Ice being like, take it from me, Vanilla Ice. I didn't get into Juilliard either, but that didn't stop me from becoming the 20th most famous person for 1 month in 1995 and then slowly slipping into obscurity for the rest of my life. Axel's like, oh, thanks, dude. Does anyone else want to chime in? Did anyone else not get into Juilliard? Someone with like a lifelong body of work? Someone with a really impressive career? It wasn't just like celebrities reaching out to Axel either. There were like different organizations being like, hey, you don't need Juilliard, dude. Come work with us and we'll get you to where you want to be in your career.
I didn't get into Juilliard. We know that.
And I did get another letter to prove it. This is the 17th one they've sent me now.
But I did get a modeling contract? with one of the largest agencies in the world.
So I am a little confused about how this happened or why Axel seems to be so like excited about it. It does seem to be like totally unrelated to what he said his dream was. I thought he wanted to be an actor and go to a prestigious acting school. Like, does he even want to be a model? I don't know if he's ever mentioned it before. I watched a few of his TikToks from like before that, and it seemed like he really wanted to be an actor. It's like a totally different industry. All right, guys, you know that my dream of becoming a professional actor didn't work out, but I am still gonna be working in the industry, it turns out. I got a job at a movie theater. I think I may be able to work my way up from there. I think you'll be seeing me on the big screen real soon. It's just weird to see him going from not getting into a school that he wasn't qualified for to getting a job that it seems like he is even less qualified for, because I assume he at least had some sort of like acting prowess or like did some sort of acting before he started applying to acting schools. But modeling, it's like he didn't even want to do that before. Not only did he get a modeling job out of getting rejected from Juilliard, he also got a New York Times article.
We just made the New York Times. When Axel Weber was rejected from Juilliard, the internet stepped in.
The article is basically covering how all of Axel's fans flooded the Juilliard Instagram account to like lambast them in the comments. Which, to be fair, Axel does say like, don't do that.
More than anything, we cannot bash Juilliard though. They're just doing their job.
I don't want to lead you into thinking that Axel like actively encouraged this and like caused this to happen. Like he was like, fuck Juilliard. Everybody rip them to shreds in the comments. But his videos did unintentionally have that consequence. And it's pretty crazy to read some of the comments that people have left on Juilliard's Instagram account. Let's take a look at some of them. Their most recent posts have like 0 comments, 1 comment, 6 comments. Let's go to around the time this Axel Weber drama was going on. 1,000 comments, 2,000 comments, 18,000 comments. 18,000? Dude, what were people saying? Let my boy Axel in. He deserves better. Let Axel in. Get my boy in. My dog died on campus and they tied me up and made me eat it. Doesn't have anything to do with Axel. Dude is just straight up slandering this university because his boy didn't get in. Don't worry, Axel. You should be glad you didn't get in there. All right? They made me eat my pet. You're gonna regret it when that man wins an Oscar. I honestly don't even think that they would regret it if he like ended up having a successful acting career. They really only care about the people they did admit having successful acting careers. In general, I've seen a lot of comments that have the same tone of like, I bet Juilliard wishes they never rejected my man. And it's like, yeah. Probably, but I don't think it's for the reason you think. I don't think it's like the dean's office that are like, oh, we should have never said no. He's so talented. Look at him on TikTok doing his little dancey dance. He's wearing a sweater. He's modeling. Oh, what we could have had. No, it's not them, dude. It's the poor like 20-year-old marketing intern that runs the Juilliard school Instagram account. It's the person who keeps getting notifications on their phone saying like, let Axel in. New Instagram comment. Let Axel in. They're the one that's probably like, Jesus Christ, couldn't they just fucking accept this kid? I really like this comment. Let him in, you dogs. L school. Juilliard does not care, all right? They do not care that they have 18,000 comments on one post. The headmaster of Juilliard, what is it? What is like the person who is in charge called? Is it the dean? The headmaster? The principal? I went to college. I don't know why the president. We had a president of our school. I don't think the president is reading these comments being like, L school. Oh, classes are canceled today. Go home. Everyone go home. It's also like, whoa, dude, don't start insulting the kid's dream school. You're not really rooting for him if you're like, oh, you wanted to go to that L school, Axel? That decrepit excuse for a school run by dogs? I definitely feel bad for whatever school he applies to next if he ever tries to apply for college again. When they get that application, they're just gonna like start sweating immediately. All right, who's next on the list of applicants? All right. No pressure, but if we don't let this kid in, we're gonna get doxxed and swatted. Right now, you're probably wondering, like, what were Axel's chances of getting into Juilliard? Like, was he a shoo-in and like a really good actor and had like an insane experience? What is this guy's qualifications? First off, let's look up how hard is it to get into Juilliard. Spelled Juilliard wrong, so I am definitely not going to get in. Admission to Juilliard is highly competitive with an overall acceptance rate between 5 and 8%. So it's an extremely difficult school to get into. Obviously, it's like insanely prestigious. But you know, maybe he killed his audition. Maybe he's a great actor. So let's see. He has a TikTok talking about how his audition went. So let's hear in his own words how he describes it.
Here's how you absolutely botch a Juilliard audition. Remember I said the only thing I can't do is an accent? I did an accent. I couldn't help it. I just Oberon to make him smile. It just sounds better when he sounds like he came straight out of an HBO show.
All right, I know it's not the point of the TikTok, but what does he mean I couldn't help it when he said he did the accent? Like, did you prepare your audition and not practice an accent at all? And then the second you get into your audition, you're like, hello, governor. Why am I talking like this? Oh, no. Did you really just decide to do an accent on the fly? Because, like, holy shit, what a bad idea. Of course you didn't get into Juilliard, dude. You went off book. You became a different nationality. Live.
The guy gave me absolutely no reaction. He just stared right into my soul.
I feel like that's kind of how auditions go, though. If you do a really great job, they're not supposed to be like, like right off the bat. I think they're supposed to play it cool because they can't like make you think you got the part just in case, you know, someone even better comes in and then they have to give it to that person. And what reaction was he expecting? Guys, I don't think my audition went very well. The admissions director didn't even come. He just said, thanks, that'll be all. You know what he should have done if he wanted to impress them? He should have came into the audition speaking in a British accent, and then when he was actually reading his monologue, switched to his regular American accent. They would have been blown away.
I have an audition for Juilliard, January 9th. I have to learn some Shakespeare. Never even read Hamlet. I jest to Oberon and make him smile, when I a fat and bean-fed horse beguile, neighing in likeness of a filly foal, and sometimes I lurk in a gossip's bowl. I don't understand what's happening.
Not that I really think that this made a difference, but just a word of advice. If you're applying for a college, I wouldn't post on your like public social media something about like the application process or the audition process being like, I don't know what the fuck this means. This shit's dumb, dude. Shakespeare sounds like an idiot, man. It's also weird that like, after all of these videos of him being like, I don't know what the fuck Shakespeare is, and him being like, I randomly did an accent at the audition, that all of his fans still have his back. And they're still like, you deserve to get into Juilliard. Don't worry, we'll take it from here. We're gonna get you into Juilliard. We're gonna storm Juilliard for you, buddy, don't worry. Anything to get you in. All of this brings up a bigger topic of like, why are people so invested in this guy getting into Juilliard? This guy who like, has literally shown no prowess, no acting prowess whatsoever. He's been like, I botched my audition. I don't fuck with Shakespeare. He seems like a nice kid too. I just don't understand why people are like so ride or die for Axel getting into Juilliard. Probably a decent amount of them are joking and just thought it would be funny to like get way too into it and take his side. But I do think it's also kind of like the cute teen white boy effect, where like a fan base of 12-year-olds will literally do anything for a white guy that they think is cute. You know who I think probably hates this more than anyone? The students who actually did get into Juilliard. Just seeing this dude get rejected and be rewarded for like his not being very good at acting with a modeling contract and an extra 3 million followers. Meanwhile, you get into Juilliard and you get rewarded with student loans. I think that this guy is benefiting from a lot of privilege and maybe not realizing it. I don't know, man. He seems like a sweet kid, but also is sort of coming off a little bit like, I deserve this. Like he moved to New York expecting to get into one of the top 10 acting schools. Like that's why he says he lives in this apartment. And it seems like that sense of entitlement has been picked up a little bit by his fans as well. The whole thing kind of reminds me of like the Alex from Target phenomenon, when like just this random cute boy got like thrust into the spotlight and millions of followers because he was like attractive once. I don't know. Let's see how his modeling career is going. I wonder if he's posted any updates on that. Oh, this TikTok is called First Photo Shoot. He's a natural. All right. All right, well, that's pretty much the whole Axel Weber thing. It seems like he's doing good now. He's got his modeling career going, and I guess we'll be seeing him on the cover of Vogue pretty soon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you do and you're new here, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Yeah! This is for anyone that said I wouldn't be nothing. Said I wouldn't make it. Get ready to eat your words. Cause I got news for you haters. I ghosted Kevin Jonas, not responding to his text. I'm too busy getting checks. You're impressed, cause I ghosted Kevin Jonas. This is true. I'm not even trying to flex, but he's probably so perplexed. Yeah, he's stressed, cause I ghosted Kevin Jonas. The year was 2015, all on Vine, I'm doing my thing. Get a DM, who could that be? It's Kevin Jonas. Ask me, can I help out with something? He sends me his phone number, dude, I'm jumping, I'm excited. He says I started signing musicians with me a while back. I've got a client working on a music vid for a track. I'm trying to get a couple Viners to help, it would be bomb if you could just record a clip of you lip syncing the song. And I didn't respond, yeah, school got in the way, I completely forgot. Realized a few weeks later that I ruined my shot. And it's probably too late for me to reach out to him now. So that's how I ghosted Kevin Jonas. Mom, I made it. Not responding to his text. I'm too busy getting
ghosted Kevin Jonas. I'm not even trying to flex, but he's probably so perplexed. Yeah, he's stressed, cause I ghosted Kevin Jonas. They said I'd never be someone, look at me now. Ghosting Kevin Jonas, making mama proud. Even now it's probably still haunting him, wondering when I'm gonna respond to him. But I'm not surprised. When I see him on TV, I still see pain in his eyes. Kevin, if you're out there, I'm sorry for being a dick. And this might not make you feel better, but I wish it was this. I ghosted Kevin Jonas, not responding to his text. I'm too busy getting checks. You're impressed, cause I ghosted Kevin Jonas. I'm not even trying to flex, but he's probably so perplexed. Yeah, he's stressed, cause I ghosted Kevin Jonas.
800 new texts from Kevin Jonas. Hey, but it's been 7 years, I'm starting to think you don't like me, haha. Just kidding, but seriously, what the hell? You can tell me to fuck off, I won't care.
You son of a bitch, I trusted you.
I ghosted Kevin Jonas. I ghosted Kevin Jonas, not responding to his text. I'm too busy getting checks. You're impressed, cause I ghosted Kevin Jonas. This is true. I'm not even trying to flex, but he's probably so perplexed. Yeah, he's stressed, cause I ghosted Kevin Jonas.
What's up, Greg? I hope you're having a great day. Today, I have a very special video for you guys because I am joined by Chad.
Hey.
Chad is waving, and she's dancing, and she's so happy to be here. I actually can't see her because of the way that this call works, so...
I think you're gonna be shocked at the dance moves that I just pulled. I practiced them before I came on here.
That makes sense. And if they're not, I'll just edit them so that they are really cool.
Okay, well that won't be necessary, but okay. If you feel like you need to do that.
I do.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go.
Chad, I've got a really exciting video topic for us today. Have you ever seen this account? It's called Fabiosa Animation.
Well, I'm still looking at your Audacity.
What?
So, yeah, I have seen this before, actually.
Oh God, no. Can you see Fabiosa Animation now?
My fiance married my sister.
Yeah. Okay.
Yay. You have a lot of bookmarks.
What, these?
Those.
Are you impressed?
No, I'm stressed.
They're important. You never know. I might have to like get some royalty-free music really quick or go to therapy.
Doctor. This is a mood, honestly.
Well, thank you for totally lambasting my desktop setup here.
You're welcome. That's what I came to do.
Yep, and now you can go.
Okay. I threatened to leave for the second time in like 10 minutes.
It's kind of funny because I can't see you, so I actually wouldn't know if you left for a second, like if you just were silent. Let's get into the video. This account is called Fabiosa Animation. Their account is described as a place where you can discover other people's stories and share your own ones.
So we're like co-owners of this page? We can post on here?
Yeah, I guess so. Well, first off, it seems like all of the stories here are true.
Of course they are.
And we somehow should have access to post our own animated stories to this account.
I have a few of those. Let me just upload those real quick.
All right, so let's play this. It's called My Fiance Married My Sister, as you saw. First off, it's way too loud. I don't know if it is for you, but I'm gonna turn that down.
Can't hear.
Oh my God. Can you hear this?
Yeah, I can hear it. But now I can't see the screen.
Oh, God damn it.
Do I have to choose between like the audio or being able to see it?
No. If you want me to pause at any time, let me know, since you can't do that remotely.
Okay, is there like a code word for pause that I should use?
You have to say...
Synonym for pause. Adjourn.
All right, yeah, we'll use adjourn as our code word.
I went on a date instead of my twin sister because she broke her leg. Bruce was like a man from a fairy tale.
Who is Bruce? Why do they say Bruce like we're supposed to know who Bruce is already?
The whole story starts like we're in the middle of a conversation or like we've known these people for years.
Like why? What happened to her leg?
And it's just assumed, it's like I went on a date instead of my twin sister because she broke her leg.
As you know, how she broke her leg.
And since she broke her leg, the next logical thing for her to do is get somebody else to go on the date with her.
Because you can't postpone dates.
That's how you lose a man like Bruce.
And you don't want to lose a guy like Bruce. He's a great guy.
Well, yeah, he's like a man from a fairy tale. You know, the type of man who will break up with you if you're late for a date.
If you're late for a date because you broke your leg.
It is kind of interesting they use the phrasing Bruce was like a man from a fairy tale because there are like really nice, you know, like Prince Charming type guys in fairy tales, but there's also like witches and like evil men in fairy tales as well.
Jekyll and Hyde? Is Jekyll and Hyde count as a fairy tale?
Would that be a fairy tale? I feel like fairy tales are stories you tell the kids. I feel like that was like an adult horror novel.
I tell my kids about Jekyll and Hyde, the many kids that I have.
And how many kids do you have?
How many is the max of kids you can have?
I actually have this bookmark. What is the legal number of kids you can have? All right, well, let's figure out if this guy broke her leg or what.
You're gonna go out with Bruce until my cast comes off.
Clueless.
Now at this point, the twin is like falling in love with Bruce, I guess. And now she has to go on every date until her cast comes on, which I assume is gonna be like months, right?
But why is she upset about it? She just said it was the best date of her life.
Yeah, she looks pissed. Maybe she's like angry that she's gonna have to stop dating him at some point. Maybe she's like planning to kill her sister right now.
She's thinking ahead. Yeah, you're right.
Bruce introduced me to his son Lucas. Lucas never spoke after his mom died.
The music in these is also like a little bit too like peppy and
yeah, it's a little too happy. Lucas never spoke after his mom died.
Lucas was a deeply troubled child, and I'm like banging my head over here.
Is horrifically traumatized.
But it looks like he's about to speak, if I had to guess.
He looks pissed.
He never let anyone near him.
She's pretty near him. Ajorn, she's pretty near him.
Ajorn, she's near him.
She's near Lucas. Ajorn.
Do you think we should just play this on like 1.5 speed?
Yeah, I hope you can read fast.
I managed to get through to the lonely little boy.
The little lonely boy.
Oh, the little lonely boy.
We can't mix those two up.
All right, let's see how good the music is at 1.5 playback speed.
Laura's cast was off, and she could walk again.
I'm finally gonna meet Bruce.
I don't know if this is just a weird way to word it, but she's like, I finally get to meet this guy.
I'm just trying to think of a situation. So if this was like an online dating kind of thing, right? Where they haven't met yet, and then she breaks her foot, and she's like, oh, well, I don't want him to think I'm a catfish, so you need to go.
And you need to date him for a month before I even know if I like this guy at all. So for all we know, like, Laura doesn't even know if she likes Bruce at all. And she's about to go back into this relationship where Bruce thinks he's already introduced her to his kid, and they're like closer than he's ever been to anyone since his mom died.
His walls are finally breaking down. He's letting her play with pirate ships with him.
He's just a little boy now and not such a little lonely boy.
Laura tortured me every day.
Adjourn. She's doing what?
Laura waterboarded me every day.
Laura pulled off my fingernails each night.
Laura broke my leg, and now she's dating Bruce. Oh, she tortured me every day talking about dating Bruce.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting married to Bruce.
That day, my heart was shattered. When Laura introduced me to Bruce, he said that my sister and I were totally different. But Lucas recognized me at first sight.
John. I only know one of the twins' names, Laura. I'm just gonna, is it Laura and like Laura part 2?
Well, it's Laura and me because this story is like from her perspective, so she never says her name.
So this is us.
Yeah,
this is us. So Lucas is not a little lonely boy anymore. He's a little lonely dog, I guess, that can smell the scent of us and know that it's the true us, the true Laura.
Because this isn't how we looked when we knew Lucas. We weren't wearing these glasses before.
Maybe we just smell really bad.
Oh, I miss my trash mommy.
Oh, you smell like shit. I missed you.
Laura's relationship with Bruce went downhill before my eyes.
Oh. Calm down, your god-awful son.
This took a dark turn. This is messed up for Bruce and Lucas. I feel like they need like a true crime doc dedicated to them or something after this.
I can't tell if it's weirder from Bruce's perspective or Lucas's perspective, because Bruce thinks this is the same person who loved his son and now is all of a sudden being so mean to him. But Lucas like kind of knows that this isn't.
Yeah, he thinks this is a demon probably. And he can't do anything about it because he doesn't speak. So he's just like writing messages like, on the fridge magnets. He's like, Laura is Satan.
Oh my god, that's terrifying. Call him your god apple. God apple?
Call me your apple son.
Call him little Johnny Appleseed. What's his name? I like that there's one comment on this video and it's just a heart. That could say a lot of things. It's like, I love this, or like, you know, sending positive vibes, get better soon, whoever wrote this.
Oh, I just realized that one of the hashtags is karma. So I wonder what's gonna happen to the bad Laura.
Well, we don't really know the moral compass of the people who wrote this. Maybe Lucas is gonna get his karma finally.
Lucas didn't eat his veggies one night, and then his mom turned into Satan. So eat your broccoli.
Laura dumped Bruce and disappeared. In her letter, she said she filed for divorce. One day I got a call from Bruce. He had no one to leave his son with. The princess tricked the prince, and she suffered for it.
Well, she's like reading him a story that is like thematically the same as what's going on in their real life.
There's actually nothing. That's a blank notebook. She's just making it up as she goes.
She suffered greatly for deceiving the prince.
Laura was an annoying bitch.
Sorry?
No, I coughed.
Oh, okay. Thought you said adjourn.
Adjourn.
Yeah, your coughs sound like you're saying adjourn.
No, I don't know why.
Okay, you just
why
cough
you think
like
that. Adjourn, yeah.
It was you.
So now, if you found out this had happened to you, if you were in Bruce's shoes, would you be like, oh, thank goodness you're back? Or would you be like, why the fuck did you lie to me?
No, the second one.
Yeah, I feel like I'd have a lot more questions.
They still haven't explained why they would need to switch places if she had a broken leg. Because you can still do things with a broken leg.
Right, unless Bruce on like, right when they matched on Tinder was like, oh, thank God I finally found somebody that doesn't have a stupid broken leg.
On the requirements, it says, don't message me if you have broken legs.
I'm sorry I lied.
Don't cry, Mom.
He spoke!
And he called her mom, or us. He called us mom.
Yeah, he called us mommy, and we're his new mom. And they walk off into the sunset together.
I don't know if that's the best message. People might impersonate who you think you're dating, but you should forgive them.
Forgive them and let them into your home and let them raise your child with you.
And let them around your young, already traumatized son, and let them bond.
Do you see this?
What the fuck?
Just so you know, there's no way this ever happened. What happened to this being our story or whatever?
What is this highlight story with the armpit?
So this looks like their top something of March 21. Let's go ahead and check it out.
I became a mom after my husband passed.
Why are the children fully clothed in her womb?
Oh, yeah, he's got a little shoe.
That child is like 3 years old.
I gave birth to a 5-year-old kid twice after my husband passed. I gave birth to my husband after my husband passed. It's like a full-grown guy.
I dated Deep Pocket John. I became his lover.
I broke my husband with my nose.
Whoa. I guess we're only seeing like 30-second clips of this. There's just such whiplash.
What is happening? There's like information overload. I
got invested in that first story, and then all of a sudden it's like...
I was trying to figure out what deep-pocketed John meant, and then there's just a massive Pinocchio situation. Does she mean like she broke him emotionally?
Please, shrink your nose, please.
Your nose is tearing our family apart.
Okay, hold on. We gotta watch this whole story, and you better believe we're gonna watch it in 1.5 speed.
My hubby hated my long nose, and his birthday gift to me was a nose job.
So maybe it is gonna be emotionally. He just hates her long nose. And there's nothing wrong with his face, right? His face is totally normal.
That is the most attractive man I've ever seen in my life. Why did he marry her in the first place?
It's a good question. Maybe her nose got longer. Maybe she is Pinocchio.
She told too many lies.
If the nose was a byproduct of excessive lying.
Of being a liar, then yeah. But I don't think getting a nose job makes you not a liar anymore.
It takes back all the lies if her nose goes back to normal.
Yeah, you have to go see Dr. for that.
He would take his pretty colleagues instead of me to business meetings.
You'll scare everyone off with your nose.
Everyone else is gonna be scared of you like me. I'm so scared of your nose.
Does she work for him?
Oh, I guess.
I don't know, unless like this is their house and we gotta go have a business meeting in our bedroom. Get the fuck out.
I decided to wait until Seth dozed off to run away. I didn't want the surgery, but was afraid to tell him. I didn't see Seth when I slammed the door.
Oh no.
Are they gonna give him a long nose during the surgery?
The only way we could save you is with a nose transplant. And his wife walks in with no nose and he's like, oh my God.
Where's my wife? Did you not know who gave you the nose? Oh my God.
My hubby yelled that I'd ruin his life.
This is like the worst person in the world and they're going through such turmoil, but she still calls him her hubby.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's kind of too much of an endearment to be like, my hubby is an asshole and I tried to run away from him.
Oh, my hubby.
Oh, my little baby hubby yelled at me.
He's got bigger problems than his nose surgery, dude. There's like debris flying out of his mouth while he's yelling at her.
His mouth is like upside down. It's like they rotated it.
He's got kind of like a fish-shaped mouth, right?
I don't know. I've never really looked at fish's mouths that much.
Lucky for you, I've got a bookmark for this.
You have a bookmark. Of course you do.
It's like they're kind of upside down style. Yeah, that's kind of what my mouth looks like, actually. And what were you saying about it?
I said that's the best kind of mouth that you could have.
And for the first time, I went to a business meeting instead of my hubby. No one paid attention to my nose, but they noticed my experience and expertise. That's when I found confidence.
She gained so much confidence that her nose shrank.
No way. The moral of this story is just don't have a big nose.
It like shrinks and then fades to be another nose. Like it gets pretty small and then the animators were like, well, that's too small. And then they kind of fade it to like a normal nose.
We don't want to make this unrealistic.
I filed for divorce and got everything in court.
Well, I filed for divorce and set him ablaze in the courtroom.
Wow, she's got some kind of magic going on.
My nose shrunk 3 sizes the day I gained confidence, and when I took my husband to court, he started on fire.
Burst into flames.
I got a raise and filled Seth's position. He didn't want to become my subordinate and preferred to quit.
So is he like permanently disfigured now? Like I feel like it's been months and he's still in this face cast.
He was talking about how she's ruined his life, but if you mess up your nose, they just put it back.
Getting a broken nose is a pretty easy thing to fix, I believe. They just kind of
And
like...
you can also still do your job with a nose cast on. I feel like they don't have a good comprehension on what happens when you get injured. The owners of this page, like if you break your leg, you can't go on dates. If you break your nose, you're gonna get fucking fired.
Yeah, these stories are kind of about like, hey, it doesn't matter like what you look like, but it also is kind of like, but it does a little bit.
It does a lot, actually.
A few weeks later, Seth fell off the radar.
Fell off the radar.
A few weeks later, Seth went rogue and disappeared into the woods.
A few weeks later, Seth became Jason Bourne.
Whoa, what? Like,
whoa, there's a tornado. Wait, what?
A couple weeks later, a tornado swept Seth off the radar, leaving only his shoe in his wake.
A few months later, I ran into Seth. He got hooked on plastic surgeries.
Oh no.
Now he's got a fish mouth and a pig nose. So the like, is the moral of the story gonna be, haha, now he's ugly?
And so they like started it off being like, it doesn't matter what your nose looks like. And now they're like,
unless it looks like that.
Unless it looks like a pig.
When he saw me, he set off running. I watched him hightail it away thinking, karma truly is a thing.
What a profound thought.
Wow, it took her a while to come up with that. When you really think about it, karma. That's all I have to say.
Don't let anyone make you feel insecure. Love yourself and others will love you too.
Wow.
That's not what I got from this.
Yeah, it's actually her fault that he was an asshole to her. Ladies. Ladies, if your husband is being mean to you, probably your fault.
It's your fault.
Just be more confident or get a nose job, then you'll be fine. Just get over it.
This one's called Her Stepdaughter Ruined Her Wedding Night. This is about to be about another disturbed child.
On my wedding night, my stepdaughter came in and took my hand. I pulled away and Casey ran off. My husband didn't believe me.
It was just a dream.
He starts gaslighting her immediately. That didn't fucking happen.
But I mean, it's not even something that like I would bring up. Like if the kid came in the room and was like at the bed and was like, came and touched your hand, whatever. Maybe they had a nightmare and...
I know, she's like, Mommy, I'm scared. And her instinct was like, ugh!
Yeah, she went, oh, what the fuck? Go away. And then the kid was like, oh my God, oh, no one loves me. Next morning, her husband is like, you're crazy.
Yeah, I was awake looking at your hand. I didn't see anything.
He's got a night cam only zoomed in on her hand.
I didn't sleep the next night.
I didn't sleep the next night for fear that Casey might come and brush my hand lightly again.
I know, why is she so scared? Look at her, she's holding the bed sheet up.
Again, I feel like we're like thrown into the middle of this story and Casey has done some fucked up things before this even started.
I was kind of expecting him to be like, that was a dream, I don't have a daughter, or something like that.
Maybe that's the big reveal.
It is a little weird that he wouldn't bring that up the first time she says it. He's like, it was just a dream, and he doesn't care to elaborate on that.
He's too tired. He was up all night.
Yeah, it's true. He's like, all right, I gotta get some sleep now. Don't move that hand.
Review my footage.
Casey came again and tried to hold my hand. She was clearly jealous over her dad.
She's just like reaching out and trying to make a connection, and this adult woman is like, get the fuck out of here.
Do they see each other during the day at all? Or like, is this the only interaction that her and this girl have?
Look at his face.
Chris, look, she's right there. He's like, that's not happening right now. You think she could bring this up during the day, be like, hey Casey, why are you coming into our room at night? But I guess like they never cross paths during the day.
Well, I mean, she's not there. She's not alive. Casey hasn't lived here in over 50 years.
Then I started locking the door at night. But every night, Casey came to the door.
This poor girl.
Sad. Look at her.
I know.
She's got her bear. She's like, my life has kind of been upturned. My dad got remarried. This is a big change for me. I'm trying to reach out in my own way, trying to make a connection. Oh, the door's locked. Also, my dad doesn't speak to me.
He refuses to admit I'm real.
She never left us alone. Get rid of her. I can't do this anymore.
She just wants some popcorn. She's starving.
I haven't eaten anything in weeks.
But Chris chose his daughter.
was not expecting that. I was expecting Chris to be like, okay, off to boarding school. Go on.
And all I could do was pack up my stuff and leave.
Clearly your life was just too awful to stay.
Chris suddenly called me during his business trip.
Casey's missing.
I was glad now it'd just be the two of us.
What?
Fuck you! Fuck you! What the hell?
Are we supposed to be on her side?
I know, it's like this story is from her perspective.
I feel like we're supposed to be like, oh my god. Fuck Casey, dude.
Yeah, I think in all the other stories so far, that the main character was clearly like the sympathetic character. Also, why did he call this woman who's been nothing but mean to his daughter and be like, hey, can you help me find her?
He's like, Casey's missing. She was like, yay! And then hung up.
At that moment, Casey came up to me. She was crying and begging just to hold my hand.
Is she gonna slam the door in this kid's face or what?
Get
out of here!
Leave! I don't want to hold your fucking hand.
My mom was sick for a long time. Before she died, she promised she'd come back to me as another woman.
God.
Why would she say that? I am gonna die, but the next woman you see after I die is gonna be me.
Well, no wonder she was like confused.
I might look different, but it'll definitely be me.
What is wrong with this mother?
I know.
She is not preparing her for the reality ahead. Oh, how will I recognize you? She's gonna be like, I'll hold your hand.
I'll have the same warm, soft hands.
Oh, so she was trying to feel. She was just trying to feel this girl's hand just
yeah,
to see.
she was doing the test, the hand squeeze test.
Casey was hoping it could be me.
Yeah, no shit.
So I finally put two and two together that she
I
thought
finally figured it out.
she wanted me to be her mom. I find it so hard to believe that after finding this out, she's gonna be any different. It's like, if you were this mean to this kid whose mom died, knowing this small piece of information is not gonna make you suddenly be like, oh damn, you thought I was her? Okay, yeah, then I will be her.
The next morning, Casey hugged me and smiled.
Mommy, you really came back to me.
Yes, and you helped me remember everything.
I don't like that, because she's gonna grow up and are they just gonna be like, I am your real mom.
I'm your dead mom. And I used to be someone else, but when your mom died, she took over my body and that woman is gone now.
There's a lot of possessions going on.
Don't worry, sweetie. I am your mother. I possessed this poor woman.
I am your mother. I will rip the soul out of a new woman and replace it, and then I will come back to hold your hands.
I'm so sorry I was an ass to you for the first few months I was married.
That was just the hormones settling down, getting used to the new soul.
That's how a reincarnation story helped me find my beloved daughter.
So are we supposed to think that she's actually the mom?
They're not just telling that to the kid. They're telling that to us
too.
You know, we're gonna grow up someday too.
I feel like I'm being gaslit.
I know. They spent this whole story like this is just some woman who met this guy, and then they're like, and remember now that she's the mom?
Remember how we all knew that that was the mom the whole time? Remember that?
Casey truly believes a part of her mom lives in me.
That idiot.
That dumbass.
I really feel like her mom, and I'll never tell her otherwise.
Maybe you should.
Maybe Casey will figure it out. It's like Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny, only it's like, I'm not your real mom.
Do you remember how old you were when you found out that your mom wasn't really some dead woman possessing somebody?
I was 18 and I cried.
It is worth noting, they have a YouTube channel, Fabiosa Animated, and so they have all these animated videos, but they do have a not animated channel too, and these are all live action stories. They're kind of like Darman videos.
Yeah, the titles, the thumbnails are literally just Darman.
Wait, there they go with hubby again. Hubby denied me a hospital
my
birth.
Sweet hubby let me die.
Hubby check. Hubby wanted me to suffer through childbirth. Well, do you want to do the most popular video? Short lesson to see real beauty?
Sure.
Cover your ugly face or go home.
My mom became a teacher at my school and made my life hell. You are gonna dress like the Phantom of the Opera and you are gonna like it.
And you're gonna sing. I've never seen the Phantom of the Opera. Does he sing?
The only thing I know from Phantom of the Opera is that song that's like, sing for me. Do you know that?
No, but
Never mind.
If you keep singing it, I might.
Luckily, I have it bookmarked. This is the only way I know this song from Phantom of the Opera.
Take a closer look at that snout.
Okay, well, anyway, let's get back to the video.
Why would you choose this mask?
No one will suspect anything's wrong with you.
She forced me to hide my birthmark under a mask every day. I wasn't allowed to tell anyone she was my mom. It hurt. I decided to have surgery so she wouldn't be ashamed of me. Doc asked for my parents' genetic info.
This set is the same one that they're using for the school. So this doctor is actually, they're just in the janitor's closet.
Yeah, the janitor just put on a blue hat and was like, I'll do it.
He got this stethoscope from the biology teacher.
His name is Doc.
Hi, I'm Doc. This is my office.
I'm gonna be using these brooms to cut your face open, and I'm gonna put my face on your face.
This is my certificate.
I secretly went through my mom's files and found this.
So the doc asked for her parents' genetic info? Is that what that said before? And so she's like, oh, my mom will have that in her files. She'll have like her DNA sequence printed out on millions of pieces of paper.
I keep my genetic files on the fridge.
Like homework you aced or something?
Yeah, I'm really proud of it.
Look at these genetics, man. A photo of my dad with a woman who had the exact
She's
same
not a real
mark.
mom. No wonder she's mean to her.
No wonder she wouldn't let her tell anyone that she's her mom, because she's not. She's like, quit saying that. I don't know you.
Casey.
Yeah, Casey's all grown up.
I couldn't believe it. Mitzi wasn't my mom. After mom died, dad married Mitzi. She hated me ever since.
Adjourn. She said, but this means that Mitzi isn't my real mom. After my mom died, my dad married Mitzi. So you knew that your dad married Mitzi?
This makes a lot of sense because when my mom died, he did marry Mitzi.
And then she became my mom. So I guess she's like not my real mom.
Mitzi came, she tried to hit me. Social services intervened.
She was charged with child abuse.
Is this what child services look like? It's like a SWAT team.
That's also the janitor / plastic surgeon.
Put on these handcuffs. And she's like, this is a broom. What are you talking about?
Put on these brooms.
Dad's parents moved in.
Dad's parents moved in. They think my mark makes me unique.
Where's her dad?
He's the janitor at the school.
Oh my God. Of course. I can't believe we didn't see that before.
Wow, these are like mini Netflix movies. With music.
With music. Sparkle.
Yeah. I wish Netflix movies had music.
I've never seen a Netflix movie with music now that I think about it. She was just upset the birthmark reminded her of the guy's previous lover. She did this out of jealousy, that she wasn't his first probably. Why is this person like speaking from experience?
Yeah.
I personally think Mitzi was justified in all of her actions. It's not bad. She was just a little jealous. She's just a little jealous gal. And I don't think that we should judge her for that personally.
All right, well, honestly, I feel like we covered a lot of ground here and we watched a lot of good stories. Did you enjoy them?
Yeah. We learned a lot. I feel more confident.
I noticed that over the course of this collab, all of your flaws have shrunk significantly. So disfigurations.
Which ones are you referring to? That I had apparently. Kind of strange.
Yeah.
To say that. I am more confident. I was gonna make a joke. You were like talking about my flaws, and I was gonna make a joke about how at least I don't have a fish mouth.
Holy shit! What the fuck?
But it sounded too mean in my head, so I kept that to myself. But
yeah, my fish mouth is gone now too. I'm so confident.
You look 1,000 times better now that your smile isn't upside down.
This video has been sponsored by Current, the future of banking. Guys, banking is one of the few industries that is yet to be modernized by technology. Banking right now is dominated by a bunch of old companies that are run by a bunch of old people that don't know jack about tech. And that's what Current is here to change. They've been built from the ground up with modern technology. Current wants to help you get your money faster, move it faster, and spend and save it better than ever. They can help you get your paycheck up to 2 days faster. They've got no overdraft fees up to $200, no minimum balance fees, and they have a new interest feature that gets you up to 4% APY on your savings. I like Current because it's like a one-stop shop for everything banking. You can get direct deposit on there, you can save money, you can also request money from friends and send money to friends. I also like the Current card. It looks very modern and sleek, just like me. As usual, Current wants to give back to you guys today, so we are giving away $500 to 5 random people who use my code DannyG when signing up for Current. So head on over to current.com/DannyG or click the link in the description. Use my code DannyG when signing up and you could win 500 smackaroos. Current is free to download and you can get some serious coin just for doing it, so there's no reason not to. Thank you to Current for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Current. Also, make sure you guys head on over to Chad's channel because we did a video on her channel as well. I guess that concludes this video. Thank you to Chad for helping out. Chad, if people want to subscribe to you, what should they do? Where should they go? Did you leave?
YouTube and Instagram, Twitter. I guess, if you want. The Chat X too, because somebody already had Chat, and I don't feel like doing the paperwork to get that username. So the Chat X 2 everywhere.
All right, you heard it here, folks. Go subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye. All right, guys, I'll admit I am very late to this topic, potentially even like a month late, depending on when this video comes out. But in my defense, I'm a dad now, all right? I have a baby. He's 5 months old. I have better things to do than sitting here talking to a camera alone in my room. Like watching Jason Nash live stream on TikTok. All right, Sandra, thank you for the money. Kevin, thank you for the money. Can you guys send me $1 million? Turns out I can do both at the same time though, so now I'm here. If you've been on TikTok lately, there's a good chance you've seen former Vlog Squad member Jason Nash constantly live streaming, compulsively urging his fans to send him money. I know I have. A lot. This man is constantly live.
Here we go, 118. Guys, don't forget to follow my podcast, All Good Things Podcast. We just spoke about it. We need...
If you enjoyed that 30 seconds of silence, guys, make sure to go check out my podcast. You're gonna love that. It's completely silent for an hour. Like me, a lot of people were pretty confused to see this. At one time, Jason Nash was a part of the most popular group on YouTube, and now he's battling the Joker for gifts on TikTok.
What a way to start the day with Tommy Coach. Tommy, thank you so much for being here.
If you've never seen one of these TikTok gifts battles before, basically there's two creators, and you send gifts to the respective creator that you're watching. This bar at the top indicates who has the most gifts, and when time runs out, whoever has the most gifts wins. Their prize? All of the gifts that they got during the battle. And then the second place person also wins all the gifts that they got during that battle. So needless to say, there's a lot at stake. This is a live stream where Jason is actually battling his wife, Naveen.
Why don't you come down in the room? I'll let you in. You can come back in the house now.
Yeah, come back in the house, man. You look like Batman standing over the city. Now, hang on. If they're married, aren't the gifts just going to both of them? What kind of charade is this? Now, at first I kind of assumed that most of the people watching these live streams were children. And I was like, ooh, that is super weird, just like asking children for money. You're basically just asking them to steal their parents' credit cards. In a way, I sort of thought of Jason Nash as like a babysitter, but he's also babysitting 1,000 other kids. And if you start choking, he's not gonna call 911 because he can't see you. But after tuning into a few of his streams and actually like clicking on some of the profiles of people watching, I realized that it's actually mostly adults, which was very surprising to me. Guys, what are we doing here? Stop that. I promise you there are like 1 billion other better uses for your money than helping Jason Nash's wife crush him in a gift battle. Fun as it may be. The reason I wanted to make this video is because I think that it's kind of a very interesting look at the career span of a creator. It's a pretty new career, all things considered. And like nobody's been a full-time online creator for 40 years. So we don't really know how long this career is supposed to last or how it will evolve over time. So I think it's worth looking at why Jason Nash is here. Between the years of 2016 and 2020, David Dobrik was seemingly at the top of the YouTube ecosystem. What started as David just sort of goofing around and filming his friends as up-and-coming content creators quickly turned into partying all the time, collabing with huge celebrities, huge giveaways, and giant sponsorship deals. And if you didn't watch the vlogs around this time, you might think that David was like the biggest part of them, but it was actually more his friends doing the heavy lifting. David was always behind the camera, and sure, he would laugh a lot, and you'd hear him laugh. But I really feel like the reason people tuned in was sort of to live vicariously through David and experience the goofiness that was all of his friends. So while all of the vlogs were on David's channel and David was inevitably the most popular member of the Vlog Squad, I really feel like he owes most of his success to his friend group. But it was a fun time. I watched a lot of the vlogs back in the day and I really enjoyed them. It felt like you were a part of this friend group. And in a lot of ways, you were like the members of the Vlog Squad because like the members of the Vlog Squad, you also were not getting paid for your appearances in the videos, which is something that I always found kind of weird. David's friends never got any sort of payment. Their only payment was in exposure. And so what kind of ended up happening was because everybody else around David wanted to launch their careers off of David's vlogs, they all started vlogging too. But because they would always be hanging out together, all of their vlogs seemed to be just like the same situation from a bunch of different angles, and everybody was holding vlog cameras. It got pretty out of hand for a while there. Eventually though, during the pandemic, a bunch of stuff happened that caused David to take a step back from vlogging. Mainly a bunch of scary accusations about one of his best friends, Dom, and also him almost killing one of his other best friends, Jeff Wittick, by slamming him into the side of an excavator. After losing a bunch of followers and probably more importantly a bunch of sponsors, David posted an apology saying he was gonna do better. He said he was gonna take steps to make sure his vlogs were a safer environment for the people in them.
And I want to be able to have a place of checks and balances. I want to have HR.
If he had to choose between quitting vlogging or doing it safer with an HR team, he was gonna do that. And then he quit vlogging. Currently, David is still presumably very rich. The only place he really posts is on Snapchat, and from what I can tell, he mostly just goes around and tours really expensive houses and parties a lot. He doesn't seem to have any ambitions of creating more content on YouTube. In a lot of ways, he's sort of like the Great Gatsby of social media now. But without David sort of manning the ship that was the Vlog Squad, a lot of the other members basically had to figure out other avenues and other ways to make money and maintain their following after the vlog ended. Zane and Heath have a pretty successful podcast now, so does Jeff Wittick. Carly and Aaron, I believe, have a podcast too. But I feel like Jason Nash out of the entire group is having the most trouble adjusting to the post-vlog era. He has a podcast, but it's definitely not getting the same numbers that his podcast with David did, views, back in the day, which David also quit. Despite them, I think, getting a bunch of really great offers that would have changed Jason's life, David decided to quit because he didn't want to do that anymore. He wanted to be the Great Gatsby. So Jason has now been left to fend for himself, and it seems like TikTok gift streaming is what he has turned to.
You excited to go to dinner?
Man, this is content, baby. This is crazy. I didn't know all you had to do is just sit there and stare at your camera and people will just send you money. Why did I write this whole video? So a lot of the response has obviously been kind of cringing at this feeling that what he's doing now is very shady. And I mean, he's not really harming anybody, I guess. It does seem like it's mostly adults sending him money. Obviously, there's always going to be kids online stealing their parents' credit cards, so that's not great. I do get kind of a shady vibe from it just because there literally is no content for you to consume except to send him money. Like, the whole point of this stream is to see how much money Jason can make without having to do anything. That's like the point of the stream.
Melanie, thank you.
Let's go.
And you could argue that Twitch streaming has donations and, you know, a bunch of other live streaming does too. But I would argue that there's at least some content behind that. Someone's playing a video game or they're doing a podcast live and the donations are just a little bit extra on top. It's not the content itself. I've also seen a lot of people wondering, like, wait, isn't David super generous? During his vlogs, he was always giving away cars. He was paying for people's weddings, just like handing out PlayStations to people on the street. Surely he could just help Jason if he's struggling financially, right? Wrong. From some of Jason's podcast clips, it seems that is definitely not the case. But before we get to that, I've got to make some money of my own. Alright guys, let's get those gifts in. James, thank you for the llama. Carol, thank you for the sombrero. Brian sent a Arab? Oh. Is this a gift on TikTok Live? Also, how did you get this one? This one's mine. Well, regardless, this is actually pretty convenient because this video is sponsored by Arab. Arab flavors your water using scent-based taste. And, oh, Brian also sent a scent pod? Oh, thanks, man. Okay, so I can put that on. With the scent pod down like so, it's just a normal water bottle. But when I activate the scent pod, air is able to pass through the scent pod and into your mouth, where you can taste the scent. Send me money. I like to bust out my air up while I'm getting work done. It gives my water a little bit more which is what I need when I'm trying to focus. This one right here is lime, and it is excellent. Someone said, come to Brazil. I'm busy. Air up is a unique hydrating experience. You can't get this anywhere else, buddy. No chemicals, no sweeteners added to the water, just plain old water into my plain old mouth. The scent pods come in a variety of flavors. I really like the lime and the peach. My editor, Jake, is really fond of cherry. So no matter what kind of flavors you like, there's bound to be a couple for you. You want to spice up your hydration experience, click the link in the description, get yourself an Air Up, get yourself some scent pods, put your mouth on the nozzle, and suck away. You look really tired today. That is mean. Thank you to Air Up for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Air Up. Now back to the video. About a month ago, when Jason was in the thick of his live streaming every day, he posted this podcast where he and a bunch of David's mutual friends talk about how different life is now that David's not vlogging anymore.
But the thing is, like, David's in this, like, moment in his life.
Yeah, where he can do anything.
Where he just parties.
Oh no, Jason, the look on your face, man. Jason's like, don't look bitter, don't look bitter, don't look bitter.
Where he can do anything.
Perfect. He can do whatever the fuck he wants now.
He calls me to play pool, and I'm like, I gotta go live, and I don't expect him to understand that.
You don't expect him to understand that you have to work to make money? You know he did that too, right? I wouldn't expect him to understand that, man. He hasn't had to work in, gosh, what is it, 2 years now? I hate to say it, Jason, I think he gets it. I just don't think he cares.
Like, I'll say things like, I'm losing my house, and he'll be like, oh, but just go play pool.
I just don't think he cares. Dude, Jason, haven't you learned anything from being friends with a popular YouTuber? You just told him you might lose your house, and he invites you over. You think he really wants to play pool, dude? He's probably gonna Mr. Beast you. He's probably inviting you over so he can, like, surprise you with a new house. He might make you do Squid Games for it, but you have a chance to win a new house. Maybe he'll give you a new car. Or, you know, surprise you with his new car like he did that one time.
My surprise to you is that I'm buying myself a car.
I know, right? That was cool. I will say it is interesting that David seemingly stopped doing the extravagant giveaways once he stopped doing the vlog. I wonder what the correlation there is. That's kind of weird.
There was a great TikTok that he sent, which was like some guy. It's just the guy that has like a lot of money and can do anything all day. He's like, oh, Diplo's having a party tonight, and like and it's literally like things that David has said.
David sent Jason a TikTok of a rich, out of touch guy being like, oh my god, dude, this is so me. Dude, look at this TikTok. This is so me. That moment when you're rich and you're partying with Diplo and you're talking about how much you hate Jason Nash and how poor Jason Nash is. Guys, comment below if you found this relatable.
But if you think about it, from 18 to like what, 23, 24.
Oh, he was hitting it
he never drank. I don't think he ever drank. Even when we would visit him, we'd be up till like midnight just like watching the edits, just like.
Wow, he worked hard for 5 years? Let the man party, dude. Please do not burden David's poor gentle soul with your financial woes. Just let the man play pool and play with him, for God's sake. I mean, look, I don't doubt that he worked hard. The dude posted 3 vlogs a week. I'm sure it was a lot of hard work, but you know who also worked hard? Everybody in his vlogs. I mean, that dude just said it himself. They all stayed up with him until midnight watching the edits to make sure they were good. This was a group endeavor. And I know what people say. They say like, well, David gave them the opportunities, you know? He didn't have to make them famous. Yeah, he kind of did. That was like the whole point of his vlogs, was his friends. David wasn't just making them famous because he was a good, generous guy. He was doing it because that's what was working. They made him famous as much as he made them famous.
Now it's like the complete opposite. Everyone's like working, and here's him just like, hey, what are you doing tonight? And it's like a Tuesday night. Everyone's working.
Yeah, man, that is kind of a crazy switch. Whereas before, David was working and everyone was helping him. Now everyone else is working, so naturally David is partying with Diplo. Naturally, a lot of the conversation around Jason's live streams has revolved around the confusion as to why he wouldn't just get like a normal job if he was strapped for cash, or if like the social media thing wasn't working out.
Can someone make Jason Nash a fucking DoorDash account?
People are wondering, why is he pursuing this career that is like universally seen as embarrassing or cringe, rather than just getting a 9-to-5? And I totally get that criticism, because I do love being a creator. I love getting to be my own boss. I love being creative on a daily basis, working with people that I'm really inspired by, entertaining people. But if this exact version of being a creator stopped being feasible, would I start doing gift streams on TikTok? Hell no. And not even necessarily because it's like embarrassing or cringe. It's just that like what I enjoy about being a creator, that does not accomplish. There's no being creative. There's no entertaining people. At a certain point, you like strip out all of the fun parts of the career and you just have only the most superficial parts of it left. Just money and fame. So no, if like this YouTube channel didn't work out anymore, there's a billion other things I would rather do that would be more enticing to me than like gift streaming on Twitch. But maybe Jason likes it. He doesn't look like he does, but maybe he does. On the other hand, I could say that Jason is also older. He's lived a lot more life, he's had a lot more experience, and his career in the entertainment industry has gone through a lot more ups and downs than mine has. From what I can tell, Jason has been a stand-up comedian, he's been in TV shows, he's been a podcaster, a Viner, and a Vlog Squad member, and now a TikTok Live gift battler. Between all of those seasons of his life, I'm sure there was downtime where he could have thought, oh, maybe this isn't for me, I'm gonna get up and go get a normal job. And then lo and behold, the next opportunity comes along. So in some sense, I do understand if Jason's mentality is like, maybe I'm just gonna do this for a little while until I get my next thing off the ground.
And I know that when I started Vine, people said the same thing to me. They're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing Vine? You know? And I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. And then I did YouTube, and people were like, why are you doing YouTube? And I feel like when you're first to something, that can really pan out.
Yeah, I do get what you're saying, but also I don't know if this is the same as Vine and YouTube. Saying he's the first to this new thing like TikTok gift battling is gonna be the next big thing is very worrying to me. Please don't make that the next big thing, guys. On top of all that, there is this sort of like gamification in your head that happens when you're a content creator. Because so much of it is like numbers based, you're always looking at your analytics, hoping your numbers go up. It becomes kind of a game in your head to see if you can do better than you did last month or last year. Because of that, I feel like in a lot of content creators' heads, quitting or pursuing a different career path is seen as like losing the game, even if it's subconscious. That being said, I don't think that's a healthy way to look at it, and I would encourage people who are pursuing being a creator to find other passions that, you know, if this didn't work out, you could pursue that instead, because I think just clinging to relevancy for relevancy's sake is not a good thing. But why try to guess what Jason's thinking when someone literally asked him on his own podcast why he doesn't just get a job?
This isn't me saying this as a negative thing. I'm just totally asking.
Please.
Yeah.
Why don't I get a real job?
No, I know why you do it.
Yeah.
But like...
No, man. I know why you do it. It's pretty clear to me. But, could you tell everyone else why you do this?
Someone said that the other day, why don't you get into real estate? I'm like,
I hate it.
I don't have a real estate license.
Bo Granny?
Oh yeah, I forgot. You have to be born with a real estate license to do real estate. But darn, Jason Nash was born with a TikTok account. So he has to do that instead.
Right. Now look, would I be on TikTok Live if I wasn't in like a financial hole? I don't know. Probably not. But also like YouTube wasn't really working. And I needed to find something. OnlyFans. I can't do OnlyFans.
This is such an unrelatable thought process to most people. YouTube is not working out for him, and his first thought is OnlyFans? TikTok begging people for money? It just comes off as being so set on being an influencer that nothing else matters to this guy.
Listen, it is what it is. It's like, I was on Vine, I was on YouTube, I was on Snapchat, and now I'm doing this.
Don't say it like that.
Now I'm doing this.
I mean, I do like it.
No, man, I don't think you do. Not after that. We all saw that. So anyway, it is what it is, and I have to do it because I love it, and it's my favorite thing. Phew, that was close. Hey, we can hear you. What? You said that was close out loud. Oh no!
Do you ever think about going
to DoorDash
or to like a? I just never thought it's entertainment or nothing. I don't care what it is. Like,
what would you suggest I do?
No. It's just that
we get a job at Lululemon.
From what I can gather from this clip and the way they're laughing about the prospect of being a DoorDash driver or working at Lululemon, those jobs are not even on the table for Jason. I don't know his personal finances, but Jason lives in LA, he owns a house, he has kids, he has a wife. So I feel like when he's saying things like, I don't have any other skills, what he's really saying is, I don't have any other skills that would allow me to live the exact same life that I'm currently living. And honestly, I could understand if he really does like the TikTok live streaming thing, but don't laugh at other jobs like Lululemon or DoorDash like you're so above doing them, yet you're on TikTok literally asking people for money. And I do totally get that Jason has kids that he has to support, that I'm totally empathetic to that situation. It is kind of ironic that his solution to that is to ask other people's kids for money online. But that's neither here nor there. This whole situation kind of reminds me of this TikTok I saw about a month ago. My Roman Empire is all of those influencers who dropped out of college or quit their jobs, moved to LA, then became irrelevant. Like, where did they go? What are they doing now? One interesting thing that I don't know if a lot of people know is that I feel like a lot of creators who get into this situation can actually leverage some of the connections they make while they're relevant and some of the skills that they've learned to get jobs at like marketing agencies, talent agencies, social media companies, or working for other creators behind the scenes. There's actually a lot of opportunities out there, which I would know because my first job out of college was working for a YouTube MCN. While I was still on Vine, I graduated college and I was worried that that wasn't going to be a stable career, so I actually got a job working at an MCN. And then I also worked at the YouTube channel Corridor for a while before my YouTube channel took off. So just throwing that out there, there are other career opportunities where you get to be involved in the creator space, even writing or acting, stuff like that. But it doesn't have to be your operation. You can just get a stable job. All right, it's time to talk about David again. While everyone was making fun of Jason for doing the TikTok live streaming thing, David paid him a visit on Snapchat.
Dude, you're kind of becoming a legend on TikTok now.
I know. Not in a good way.
Yeah, but I think it's fun.
No, man, this is a great look. This is awesome. Multi-millionaire visits former unpaid employee wearing a crown to make fun of his new job. David, do you know why, perchance, Jason has to do the TikTok live streaming? Have you thought about that at all? During your long nights of playing pool?
Bye, guys. Thanks for having us over in your,
Bye, guys.
In your little hobbit home.
And make fun of his house before you leave? Check. Great job. Now, with all of this talk about David and Jason, I just want to make it clear, do not go and send any hate to these people in real life, especially Jason. Jason actually got swatted mid-live during one of his streams a few weeks ago, which is obviously horrible.
Anybody else inside? No. Okay, hold on. Let's get it together and then...
This is obviously a horrible situation, actually terrifying. But I cannot help but break a little smile when I look over and the two people he's gift battling are the Dobre brothers. I don't think there's a single funnier sight than watching the two of these blankly stare into the camera not understanding what's going on. Also, imagine your gift battle opponent getting swatted and he's still crushing you, dude. That's gotta hurt. My big takeaway from all of this is if you are pursuing being a content creator, I would heavily recommend being super careful about the way you go about it. I would highly recommend not letting your success be at all related to the success of another influencer. You don't want to be the guy from David's vlogs when David stops the vlogs. Also, save your money. This career that we have, we don't know how long it's gonna last. I mean, I sort of view it as being any other type of entertainer. You're only relevant for so long, or like an athlete or something. You can only be in your prime for a certain amount of time, so save as much as you can. It's really easy to get caught up in the lifestyle of an influencer and like partying all the time and flying on private jets, buying expensive cars. And if you can make this career last for like 20 to 30 years, that's awesome. That's insane, but it's definitely not guaranteed. So just be careful, all right? For me, for your old pal Dan. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my fans here on YouTube, and if you just watch this whole video, that means you kinda gotta be a Greg now. I don't make the rules, sorry. Except for that rule I actually did make, but all the other rules I don't make. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Special delivery. What's up, Greg? You guys know how when you buy something online and then return it, it gets sent back to the warehouse, repackaged, and then sold to somebody else? Maybe you picture some kind of alternate evil version of you that likes really tight-fitting t-shirts? Yeah, that's not true. It turns out stores like Amazon realized a long time ago that it's actually a lot of work to look at each item that gets returned and try to figure out if it's broken or dirty or if Shadow Danny would even like it. So they thought of kind of an ingenious method to get rid of it all. They throw it in a landfill. That's where an estimated 6 billion pounds of returned items end up every year, but luckily, some of them escape this fate. Sitting in giant boxes in these third-party facilities across the country, these mysterious forgotten items cling to some sense of hope that they might find a new home. And I am very curious as to what's in these boxes. On Amazon, you can buy like anything, from a dancing monkey plush toy to a clapping monkey plush toy. And everything in between. So I want to get my cold, sweaty little hands on one of these boxes of Amazon returns, but I don't know how. So I reached out to Raleigh Williams, the host of the YouTube channel Climate Town. So Raleigh, you're working on a video about free returns right now, right?
Yeah, I saw this expose on a bunch of like brand new returns in a landfill and stores like throwing out cordless drills and perfectly new laptops and stuff. And I just thought like, we shouldn't be doing that. That shouldn't be how this system works. And so we've been reading up on it, and the reverse supply chain is not making me super optimistic.
How do free returns go from like me returning an item to these random warehouses across the country where they end up in these mystery boxes?
Yeah, so what's the last thing that you bought online?
I think I bought AirPods.
You know how there was like an option on the AirPods to, if you buy this, you can get it delivered to your house right away? Like they'll put it into a cannon and fire it at your window?
Yeah, that's the option I picked because I needed them now.
So that doesn't really exist in reverse. You can't you don't have your own cannon to like jam the AirPods in and fire it off back to Apple. So you put it into a box and then you ship it to what sort of seems like is back to the store. But it's not really going to the store, it's going to a thing called a returns center. So that's like this big ass warehouse where they get hundreds of thousands of returns from like all the crazy shit people bought from the internet. A lot of the returns get just thrown away at the dump. Some of the returns get donated, and then in some cases, they're gonna sell those returns to these bulk item liquidators. And this is kind of a good solution sometimes because you can actually get a little bit of money for those returns. So let's say you're like Sports Authority and you get a bunch of hockey sticks back. You can sell those to a bulk item liquidator for like pennies on how much they actually cost.
Got it. So it's only hockey sticks at these facilities then?
Oh my no, it is so many different items.
Hockey nets, hockey pucks,
goalie masks, hockey sticks. Did we say that one?
So all these boxes full of returns, who do they sell these to? Do people like me just come in and buy giant boxes of Amazon returns?
Yeah, there's a lot of liquidators that just have an open door policy, and it's like, bring your kids, let's make a Sunday out of this. Come on down and spend $400 on a box of random returns.
So I could just go to one of these places if I find one and just buy a box?
Yeah, this would actually be kind of a good section for my video that I'm making too. So maybe we'll just go to one together. I think it'd be a good challenge to see if you can actually resell the items in the box at a profit. To actually see if it's possible to like get your money back from the big box of returns that we buy.
Maybe at the end of the video too, whatever like profit I make, we can give to a charity or something. That'd be a cool way to end it.
Yeah, that sounds great. I mean, I do want to manage your expectations. I don't know how much you're actually going to be able to get from selling these items off. So I don't know how much profit this box is going to generate.
It was the perfect plan. Given that this is actually a pretty common side hustle I'd seen before on YouTube, I figured I would have no problem turning a profit and donating said profit to charity. Some creators have actually gotten so successful flipping pallets that they've actually turned their operation into a full-time business.
Just 3 years ago, Mitch was selling furniture out of his garage.
Yes, I was.
Now we're in this 30,000 square foot place.
We did some research and found out there was a liquidation center not too far from where I live. So Raleigh hopped on a plane, and before we knew it, there we were, in a place filled to the brim with things that for some reason or another, someone thought they wanted, but then changed their mind. A baby car mirror so you could start a safe road trip with your lovely baby. A breast enhancer that takes 2 AAA batteries. I was captivated by the untold story behind each item. This place also had overstock items in bulk, like $66,000 worth of pacifiers, and hundreds of this one aquarium decoration. I don't mean to sound like Cotton Eye Joe when I say this, but where did all this stuff come from? And where will it go? Raleigh and I searched the grounds for a while, looking for a box that spoke to us. We walked down corridors of bubble makers and as seen on TV products. We thought these women's blouses were pirate shirts, but eventually, we found the box for us. Priced at just $340, this box was a hodgepodge of various Amazon returns. Big boxes, small boxes, a chewy box, a box of what appeared to be sweet and sour chicken. What rare, priceless gems could be waiting in here to uncover? We paid the fee, and a few hours later, the box was delivered. All right, guys, it's time to unbox the pallet. Honestly, I'm feeling pretty nervous. about what's in here. I don't even know how many boxes are in here. I mean, what do you think, like 100?
I think like probably 25 to 30 boxes are in here.
Okay, so my guess was stupid then.
Well, no. All right, box number 1. This is a tent. We could do the rest of this video in a tent.
This is kind of sick. I'm liking this already, man. I'm not selling any of this stuff.
This is exactly one person's worth of tent, or 2 very good friends worth of tent.
And I like that if it's a clear night, you can see the stars from inside your tent. It's not going to protect you from bears or anything, but most tents don't. Oh, a pet gate.
Yeah, pet safety fence.
Wait, that's actually kind of sick. I might need one of these. I mean, I've got a baby that can crawl now. I also have dogs that crawl all the time. When dogs walk, is that called crawling? They're on all fours.
It's just walking. When a horse walks, is it called crawling? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a Keurig. It's got the K right on top and everything. I wonder if it works.
Now I'm noticing, if you look right here, there's like a little bit of scuffing. Yeah, I think this might be a gently used Keurig.
As long as they used it gently. Oop, did a piece of... I lost a bit. I lost a bit of the Keurig. I'm going for the sweet and sour chicken.
Oh, baby.
Will it really be?
So this is an example of a return. Somebody has like put it in a different box probably, and they've returned a thing. So they almost certainly took it out of the packaging, lost the packaging, and then said, fuck it, I'm returning it anyway.
Oh, is it a vacuum maybe? I'm thinking, oh yeah, vacuum, little brush. It's a car vacuum.
That is great.
Maybe whoever ordered this wanted a car vacuum, and then between the time they ordered it and they got in a car crash and never wanted to set foot in a car again.
Okay, or positive version, they ordered this. It worked so good. Their car was so clean. They're like, I'm not gonna need this again.
They never needed
for another
it.
10 years. So.
I cleaned it so good that it's never gonna get dirty again.
All right, so this Chewy box was another one of the ones that like, it might be Chewy stuff or it might be...
Based on everything else so far, I'm gonna say it's not Chewy stuff. And also I can tell it's a rug just by looking at it.
It's also the way they packaged it. It's like if Chewy packaged something like this and it came to your house, I would never shop at Chewy again.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's fucking Chewy, come on.
Dog treats spilling out the side. There's like tufts of dog hair stuck to the tape.
Hey, do me a favor, ask your fucking dog if he cares how it's packaged, all right?
Oh, it's soft though. Feel that rug.
Wow.
Yeah, I think it is some kind of,
Oh, this is nice. This is a nice padded floor.
For your doggy duffel bag. And it looks like someone did put their dog in there.
Yeah.
It's all furry.
Dog tested and returned.
Dog tested,
disapproved of.
Dog disapproved.
Right.
A little rusty pan.
Is it rusted? Oh, no, that's the brand?
No,
it is rusted.
It is rusted.
Oh, geez.
So they must have used this a lot then. Yeah. They had this for 10 years and then sent it back to Amazon.
It feels terrible to say goodbye after 10 years, but...
I never liked it. It's just another rug.
Dear customer, if there is crease on carpet you received, please don't worry. This is a normal phenomenon of folding carpets in order to meet the needs of international transportation. We intimately included a small watering can.
Intimately?
In big, huge bowls to help you easily solve this abominable crease.
This crime against God of a crease. There were a few staple categories in this particular palette. For example, a shocking amount of tents.
Could this be like a changing tent?
Oh, yeah, maybe it is. Yeah. I think I just found another tent.
We have an orange tent here.
Okay. Also a bunch of rugs and 2 toilet accessories. I could understand why Amazon wouldn't want to take this back.
Honestly, this one, I'm gonna give them a pass on this one.
But there was a category of items that worried me the most, and that was the items that I didn't even know what they were when I unboxed them. Wait, whoa. I don't know what this is, but it says mind reader. This thing can read my... Ah! Get out of my head! Get out! I can hear your thoughts. Why would it be called a mind reader?
It's like, was this the coaster you wanted?
How did you know? Get out of my head!
Look at what, I don't know.
It's like a garbage bag?
I think so.
What the hell is this? Okay, and was it just like wood?
It's a plank of wood! Wow. And does it say on the back, this is a set, do not separate?
Oh, does it? This is a set, do not separate.
There is one thing in here.
Yeah, I wouldn't know how to if I tried. I'd need an axe. The more boxes we opened, my hope that we might find some cool, mysterious, rare item started to fade. People aren't constantly ordering cool doodads on Amazon and then returning them. As we came to find out, life is mundane, and so was a lot of the stuff in this box. Until we found this cool bird feeder.
A smart AI recognition bird feeder.
What does it recognize?
I think it recognizes the kind of bird.
Ooh, wait, that's actually kind of cool.
It's kind of cool. Maybe if it sees a squirrel, it won't like put anything out.
If it sees a squirrel, it shoots it. Okay, yeah, look at the bird seed comes down. Your little camera looks at him, says, blue jay detected. Wow, that's actually kind of cool.
That's great.
I could definitely find someone that wants to use this. In total, there were 34 boxes, and without making a single dime yet, we had already spent 55 minutes taking it all out of the box. I'm not gonna show us unboxing every single item, but if you're curious, here is a list with all 34 items we unboxed. Battery low, your GoPro will automatically power off.
Wow.
That's weird.
Perfect timing.
Do I have a rectangle on my head?
It's a little one. It sort of looks like you're like Harry Potter's brother. He has like got a little rash on your head, but not the lightning bolt.
He like saw Harry get Avada Kedavra and he like ran away and just ran into a wall.
The boy who goofed.
That thing is heavy as hell. I want to get this stuff listed on Facebook Marketplace as fast as possible, so I'm gonna take inventory of everything in this box, look it up on Amazon, and find out how much it costed. That way I can list it on Facebook Marketplace for a fair price. And this will be really interesting to see because this box cost $340. So once I tally everything up, I can see how much I can potentially make off of all of this. I've never had to think about how to properly photograph a toilet seat before. I don't know what people who are buying this thing are looking for. Like what's the best angle for this thing? You need to know how big the hole is for scale. I can put my hand there. Once I got everything inventoried, the next thing I had to do is actually figure out how much everything is worth. It was actually really interesting to see what the most expensive items on here were, what the cheapest items on here were. The cheapest thing was the USB clip-on fan, and the most expensive thing was that cream and gray rug, which was $140. A couple of the items, I didn't even know what they were when I opened them, and searching around on Amazon, I was actually able to figure it out. So now I can actually list it on Facebook and not just be like, this is I don't know what this is. It's a piece of wood with a handle. The thing I'm referring to right there, I thought was a cabinet door. Oh, is this a cabinet door? But is actually some kind of stovetop cover. It's a piece of wood that you put on top of your stove when you're not using it. That way you have extra counter space. Seems a little bit dangerous, maybe. I don't know why they made it out of wood. That seems like maybe the exact wrong material to make it out of. Oh, the vertical tents, the standy-uppy tents, are for privacy and showering in the woods. So I guess you just climb in there and you just dump water on yourself? Or maybe if you get some kind of hose to go in there. Yeah, it's for showering. It's not for sleeping standing up, surprisingly. So in total, the box cost $340 and there are 34 items, conveniently. It's almost like they did that on purpose. But basically, I have to sell everything for an average of $10 or more to break even or make a profit. But if I wanted to make the maximum amount of money possible, then I would make around $1,700. And then if you subtract the $340 that I bought the pallet for, or Raleigh bought the pallet for, really, then the profit would be $1,350. So that is the maximum amount of money I could make from this. 1,300 smackaroons. But as I'm sure you're aware, that's not how Facebook Marketplace works. I don't think I'm gonna be selling these for anywhere near the amount that you could get them for new. I wanna try to sell this for a good price, but I will also be battling with my other want, my secret want, which is to get all of this stuff out of my garage as quickly as possible. I can barely back my car into the garage right now because this box is so big. So there's like an angel and a devil on my shoulder right now. The angel saying, come on, Danny, let's make a profit. And the devil is saying, get that fucking box out of the car. I don't want it anymore. We don't need the box. Just drive the whole thing to Goodwill. They can figure out what to do with it there. And then I also, guess I also have to make sure some of this stuff works. I mean, there are electronics in here. Chainsaw, leaf blower toy, there's a Keurig, there's a vacuum. So it could be time for a product review section of the video. Now, $1,350 is a serious chunk of change, and if I wasn't donating this to charity, I would definitely want to make sure that I keep my profits safe and maybe even put them to work for me. But how do I go about saving that much money? $1,300 isn't gonna fit in my pockets unless I buy more pants. That's why this video is sponsored by SoFi, which is... Oh, it's not pants. Okay. SoFi is a next-gen finance app, and they're gonna help you bank, borrow, and invest all in one place. And I bet you can guess where that place is. It's in the app. But don't just take my word for it. Listen to me in a suit. Having a child is awesome, but it is quite expensive, so when I'm not using my money, I like to make sure it's working for me and not just sitting there, which is why I love SoFi. With SoFi checking and savings, I can earn more money on my money. With direct deposit, I can earn 9 times the national savings rate. For those of you who are new to high-yield savings accounts, don't worry. Daddy's gonna walk you through it. It's basically an account that makes your money work harder for you by giving you something back in interest. Your typical savings account at your local bank earns you about 0.45% interest. Yeah, sorry big banks, that's not gonna cut it, because with my SoFi high yield savings account, I can earn more in 6 weeks than I would in an entire year in a big bank savings account. With SoFi checking and savings, you get paid up to 2 days early, pay no account fees, and can earn up to $300 when you sign up for direct deposit. So if you want to sign up, just click the link in the description or scan this QR code. It's made just for me to show you. Thanks to SoFi for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out SoFi. Let's go ahead and pop some batteries in these. Hey, and this way, whoever buys these is gonna get free batteries as well, which I don't think they came with. So I'm actually sort of performing a service here. I should charge people more than the Amazon list. And that's what makes me such a business-minded guy. Time for the moment of truth. Hedge trimmers. Whoa! Okay, this one works. I didn't even mean to turn that on. I just, as I picked it up, I accidentally pulled the trigger. This one, it seems like doesn't want to do anything, and this one was so ready to work that the second I touched it, it was like, yes! There we go. Ooh, and it blows. Okay, well, we got 2 out of the 3. And if someone buys these, I can just ask them if they want that one, even if it doesn't work. Next up, this clip-on fan. It's actually rechargeable, so there's a USB-C here. And let's see if it has any power right now. Oh. Oh, it only spins while my finger is on the button, which definitely does not seem very convenient. But let's give it a charge. And then we'll see what's what. Luckily, I've got a spare charger laying around from the AI pin, and it's USB-C. So I can't say I never got anything out of buying it, but we'll give it a minute to charge. In the meantime, let's test out its clipping functionality. Hell yeah. Up next, oh no, golly. Is that really what I say when something surprising happens? Did I say, ooh, no, golly? No, golly! Having a child has turned my language all topsy-turvy. A few months ago, I definitely would have just said like, oh, fucking shit, as that thing fell over, you know, because I'm a cool guy, I swear. Okay, so this is the Keurig. Water. And now let's see if it'll just make me a hot cup of water. Guess I'll just do 8 fluid ounces here. Go. Does it know there's not a cup in here? Go! Why isn't it going? A Keurig starts going right away, right? You press it and it just starts going like... In my experience, every time I've used a Keurig, you press it and it goes right away. Okay, maybe it knows there's not a cup in here and it's mad about that. All right, let me see if I have a Keurig cup laying around. Found one. Maybe I have to put a mug here. Maybe it won't start unless it detects. Does it have mug detection technology? Okay, I think that this is also broken. Did I just buy a gigantic box of broken electronics? What do I do? What do I do with all this stuff? Amazon? I'm demanding you contact me to take all this stuff back and fix it and sell it again. I don't know how to fix a Keurig. I don't have the resources for that. Damn, dude. Golly. What did I say before? Oh no, golly. Ah! Smart AI recognition bird feeder. You get an automatic notification when you have a visitor. So you could get a notification that says like a cardinal's here or a hummingbird's here. How terrifying would it be if at like 4 a.m. you get a notification that's like Gary's here? You're like, who the fuck is Gary? You go on your phone, there's just a video of a man shoveling bird feed into his mouth. Thanks. I'm the CEO of this company. It tells me where all of them are, and I eat bird seed. Seat for the birds to hang out? Neat. Why doesn't this come with instructions? Okay, I have to scan the QR code to download the Bird Lover app from iOS or Android. Okay, so maybe the instructions will be on there. Bird Lover feeder. Bird Lover feeder? Shouldn't it just be a bird feeder? Starting to think a human being is actually gonna show up. Little old lady. Thank you for setting this up, young man. I love birds. And I'm so hungry. And now? Oh! I wonder what this little thing is here. That's the camera lens. And then what is this? Is it a big speaker? Play Soothing noises for the bird. Soothing noises. Metro Boomin. Yo, okay, look it. Oh, what kind of bird has showed up to the bird feeder today? Danny Bird. Okay, can I take a picture? Oh, I got a notification. Bird feeder camera has detected movement. I like that it's just saying that the smart bird feeder has detected movement. Obviously, it's not saying bird detected. It's like, we have detected something, but it's not a bird. You should probably just look for yourself to see. You're not gonna believe us if we tell you. It works! Man, I was worried about this one, because I actually feel like this thing's pretty cool, and I wanted it to work really bad, So why did someone return it then? That's the question. So many stories behind these boxes, you know? What happened in this person's life between when they ordered the AI bird feeder and when they returned the AI bird feeder? They suddenly started hating birds? Okay, surely by now the clip-on fan is charged, right? Let's take a look. Ooh, it is! It works! Okay. The clip-on fan works. In my effort to provide an excellent experience for my customers, I want to go beyond just the electronic items, okay? There are some non-electronic items that need my attention. Actually, there's just one. It's the rug with the abominable crease. And guys, I have really bad news. There is not an abominable crease on this carpet. There are 2 abominable creases. Right here and right here. That is just abominable, man. Actually, looking at it like this, there's kind of more than 2, because there are some horizontal ones too. They're a little less severe, so I might not call them abominable, but I might call them like, dastardly. But they did give me instructions on how to fix the crease, so I'm gonna try all of this, and then I should have a perfectly good rug to sell. Let me get some water. God, my finger is getting tired from spraying. This is such a tiny little sprayer that you have to spray so many times. Okay, I've spritzed it. Wait, why is it still completely full? It's like I didn't use any water. That's like how much I filled it up in the first place. What kind of magic watering can? Okay, well, we've got a soggy crease. I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm gonna give it a few days, just like the instructions recommend. And then hopefully this will be ready to sell. The last things I needed to test were the tents. Yeah, this is nice. This fits me. Yeah, I've got over a foot of headspace. Give you guys my POV. There's my little piggly wigglies. Plenty of room, man. Maybe they returned it because they thought they would fit in the tent, but they're 8 feet tall. All right, well, I'm gonna give this tent a 10 out of 10. A tent out of tent, actually. Whoa! Hi. So this is definitely some kind of privacy tent. I guess maybe for changing and stuff, if you're on a camp out with the boys and you're all sharing a tent and you don't want the boys to see your bare butthole when you're changing, then you get one of these set up and now you can go in here just like this, and now you can't even tell that my butthole's out. Okay, here's what it looks like inside the tent. I don't know, I've done a decent amount of camping in my day and I've never felt the need to have one of these vertical tents. I'm gonna have to give it, honestly, I'm gonna give it like a 4. It does what it's supposed to do, but I don't know why it does what it's supposed to do. So, yeah, oop. You know, being in this one when that happens would probably be scary. You're standing in there, you got your willy out, and then it just blows away. All the boys are sitting around the campfire, and suddenly you're just like, oh, I got the tent so this wouldn't happen. This last tent I was very confused about as I was putting it together. It's completely transparent, but has no ventilation. My suspicion was right that there is no ventilation in here. I mean, at least not without opening these windows. There are windows. Okay, so let me close this up, and now we'll just sit for a second. We'll see. Well, okay, hang on. This is not even big enough to sleep in, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. No, it's not big enough at all. This must not be a camping tent. Must not be for sleeping. What other, is this, oh, maybe this tent is like to keep you warm because it is insanely hot in here. That's why I say that. So, yeah, I guess there's like no problems. Oh, there's sand in here. What the hell? Look at, there's sand all over here and dirt on the inside. Okay, someone for sure used this. Despite being a little worn, it does the job. So I gave it an 8. Out of 10. After all of that testing and reviewing, I was finally able to get everything up and listed on Facebook Marketplace, and a few days later, I got a message. It was Barbara, and she wanted my pet gate. Hello, how are you? So sorry I'm late. Oh, that's okay. Since I didn't want to give 34 strangers my address, I decided I would meet each customer at a nearby grocery store. Well, let me show you the gate.
I have 2 little Yorkies.
Oh, cute. Yay! Yay! And the next day, I met Irene to give her my landscaping lights. Hello, Irene. Oh, sorry, did I scare you? I 1000% did scare her. She screamed and jumped when I said her name, but that didn't matter because I had just made $23. Just about every day I was heading off to the grocery store parking lot to meet with yet another potential customer. I felt like I had the foundations of a real small business on my hands. Another day, another drive to the grocery store parking lot. Goodbye, sweet and sour chicken box. Goodbye. I was spending a decent amount of time driving to and from the grocery store and waiting at the grocery store, but that didn't really matter because I was making money, baby. I don't have the money, he paid me on Zelle. Alright, we're a few days in now. How are things looking? I don't know if my listings just took a while to get into Facebook's algorithm or something, but they weren't getting any interest for the first couple days. But then suddenly, on the second or third day, I started getting a ton of messages. Just like that. And the messages are great because it means that I might be able to sell something, but it is also like really hard to keep track of. If you've ever sold anything on Facebook Marketplace before, you probably have dealt with this, but people will message you and then just disappear after you respond. Hi Danny, is this still available? You only have 4 pieces. They're talking about the pathway lights, there are only 4 of them. I don't know why they needed to tell me that. I know that. Don't shame me for how many pieces I have. Yes, are you interested? Yes, it's 4. And then they just completely ghosted me. They just messaged me to insult me. Hi, is this available? Yes, it is. Do you want it? I guess when you're buying things, you probably have so many options because there's probably, you know, there's a million rugs on Facebook Marketplace. So you don't have to treat one guy selling a rug very well. This person messaged me about the clear chair mat and said, are you ever in downtown Chicago? Even though I have my location listed on the listing, it is not downtown Chicago. I have it listed as pickup only. So I said, no, not really. And then I offered to meet him halfway in 2 different towns and then he just stopped responding. No, sorry, I only want your ridiculously discounted product if you drive all the way to me and hand it to me. I'm not even gonna get out of bed actually. You can just come in. And if all that wasn't bad enough, the crease is still there. All of them. Yep, this thing's been laying here days now. Probably a week, actually. And the creases haven't gone down a lick. So I'm sorry, but if anyone buys this rug, the crease is gonna become their problem. Alright? I'm not doing the crease. Every time I had a potential new sale on my hands, I had to dig into the box to find the item, which was surprisingly difficult. And I ended up having to use a shovel a few times to dig an item out from the bottom of the box. If I was gonna do this again, I would definitely invest in some other storage system like shelves, which might take up more space, but it would be so much easier to access the items. What really added insult to injury in this case is that the person who was requesting this item actually ghosted me right after I did this. But that's not even the worst part, because I actually have a much bigger concern about this box. And that concern is that the box is perhaps cursed. Firstly, after I reviewed all the electronic stuff in my office, I was moving the boxes around and a big spider crawled out of one. And it zoomed around, it took me forever to find, and luckily I was really chill about the whole thing. Secondly, anytime I've been doing anything with the box, I've been sneezing a lot. Ugh. What am I allergic to in this box? I don't want to know. And then I noticed that later that day, every time I've gone into the box, I have told Laura, I think I have a fever. This is like hours after I'm done using the box, but it's always on days where I did use the box. I just feel feverish. I have body aches, I feel exhausted. So I'm highly allergic to something in the box. I guess dust, although I've never been allergic to dust before. And then the third thing, which is the most concerning thing, a few days ago, I got a bunch of mosquito bites on my body. At least I thought they were mosquito bites at first, because they were just a bunch of itchy bites. But after a few days, they kept getting itchier and itchier, and you'll notice I'm itching one right now. And then they got really red, which doesn't happen to me with mosquito bites. The bite itself got red, and then the whole area around it got red. And they're starting to get better now, but you can still faintly see the redness around this one. I've got like 5 or 6 of these on my body. This is very concerning to me. So I don't know, maybe this is all kind of in my head, you know, maybe there's a spider in the box because it's in my garage and there's spiders in my garage. Maybe these bites are just mosquito bites and my body is reacting a weird way. Or maybe what is the more likely option, the box is cursed. But hey, baby, that's just more motivation to get rid of this stuff, huh? Sell it. Give the curse to someone else. But at the very least, I should be careful when I give people the boxes. I should probably check them all for big spiders and ancient magic before I give it to them. Yep, should be good. Sweet. All right, have a good day. Yeah, no problem. All right, I've just finished up another sale here, and I was just sitting here in the car doing some thinking, and I think I've decided that I don't like this one bit. In terms of side hustles, man, I don't think that this one is it. Look at all of the messages that I've received between today and midday yesterday. So many people that I need to coordinate with, and the chances are, based on all of these messages, I probably won't even sell anything. The ratio of messages I receive to products that I sell is probably like 40-1. I've spent so much time messaging people and I've sold 8 things. Out of the 34 things I have, it's been weeks and I've sold 8 things. And then when I do have an actual buyer, it's almost just as annoying to coordinate with them. I had another guy that I was selling something to. We were supposed to meet at 7 p.m. one day, but he messaged me at 5:30 and was like, hey, just to let you know, I'll be there in 20 minutes. I hope you're free. To which I responded, no, sorry, I'm not gonna be free until probably at least 6:45. And then he messaged me when he arrived at 5:50 and said, okay, I'm here. Oh no, I didn't see your message because I was driving. Can you come anyway? But it was all worth it in the end because I sold the desk chair mat for $15. And as he was typing my information into Zelle, he also asked if he could have a discount. And I gave him one. Guys, I'm not good at this. Now, to be fair, this is completely my fault. I signed up to do this video. When Raleigh proposed, we did a collab, and I decided on this idea as my end of the collab. I had watched, I think 1 video about pallet flipping on Amazon, and I thought it looked easy. And I don't know where my critical thinking was when I watched this video, because watching it back in hindsight, there were definitely some red flags. This is a video called The Best Side Hustle No One Is Talking About, Flipping Amazon Return Pallets. It was made by this channel. They're a couple. They do a lot of Amazon pallet flipping, and so I thought it looked fun. And I think what really drew me in is this little bad boy right here, the MSRP counter. Every time they open a product to see what it is, they tally up how much it costs on Amazon, and they add that to the MSRP counter. By the time they're done unboxing the pallet, their MSRP counter is like $3,000 for a $500 box. So that's great, you know? They made $3,000. Except, no, they didn't. They've unboxed a bunch of stuff and they've added up what it would have cost them to buy new. It's crazy that to me, opening a box for something that costs $100 means you made $100. That's how it worked in my brain. But no, of course it doesn't work that way. There's so much work that goes into this. You have to have a salesman brain. I don't have that. I actually think that this side hustle leverages all of my weaknesses. Selling things, planning ahead, being organized. Those are all parts of my brain that I've always known I'm not good at. I like turning on a camera and making silly YouTube videos. That's the side of my brain that works properly. So what I should have done is maybe watched a couple of videos and then Googled other people's experiences trying to flip Amazon pallets, because then I would have found this. On the flipping subreddit, someone asked, what are your guys' experience with Amazon return pallets? My experience is that Amazon return pallets have ruined my local yard sale ads. Every other yard sale I go to ends up being someone who ordered one of these pallets. Stop watching YouTube videos. 99% of that crap you are watching talking about junk pallets is paid advertisement. You're gonna get broken junk and used dildos while all the good shit was picked out right before they loaded it on the truck. Sounds like this person has been hurt and disgusted. This person said, depending on where you live, there's probably many people already doing this. I actually think it's better to wait and buy from these people at yard sales when they're trying to unload their death pile of merchandise. So hold on, there's Amazon, then the warehouses, then the people buying the pallets. They can't sell them, so they do a yard sale. Then there's other people coming to the yard sale to flip that and sell it to other people. How deep does this chain go? And why do I feel like it somehow all eventually ends up in a landfill anyway? Knowing how many people are doing this and failing is also making it seem like there's no way I can sell all this stuff because obviously there's competition. There's other people probably selling the same stuff and they're probably better at selling than me. They're already 3 steps ahead of me. They're waiting for me to sell it at a garage sale so someone else can buy it and then that person throws it away eventually. They're waiting by the garbage can for them to throw it away so they can pick it up for free and then sell it for $1. But that's when I thought of the perfect plan. And I actually haven't thought of what the plan is, but I'm just gonna wait until I have thought about it, and then I'm gonna add that in with voiceover. Weeks went by after this. Each day that I would walk into my garage, I would be confronted by a giant box of my own failure. All of my so-called biggest weaknesses staring me in the face and preventing me from backing my car into my garage. Oh, on the plus side, I did learn that the mysterious bites I was getting weren't from the box at all. Apparently, due to the cicada uprising this year, there was also a surge in the population of a microscopic mite called oak leaf itch mites, which feed on cicada eggs and then bite YouTubers in the back of the knee when they're already going through a pretty tough time. I was letting nearly all of my messages go unanswered at this point. I had resigned to not making a profit, which at this point meant I would not be donating to charity. In fact, I would have to steal $180 from charity. I started researching which charities it would be most ethical to steal from when suddenly, I remembered something. Something that gave me the idea for the perfect plan. My experience is that Amazon return pallets have ruined my local yard sale ads. All right, this is the beginning of the garage sale long shot. Thank you. You know what I think you'd love? A tall green tent. Pleasure doing business with you. Cha-ching. Another satisfied customer. I'm on a roll. Yes. Thank you. Yes. 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 I thought she was going to want the bird feeder. She looked like the perfect candidate for the bird feeder. She actually laughed at the idea. She asked about it. I told her what it was, and then she laughed at me and said, "That's hilarious." And then she left. Excuse me, are you interested in a big orange tent or raised toilet seat? Maybe she'll be back later. She's got to go get her purse. Or a clip-on fan, or an AI bird feeder. Well, it didn't go as well as I thought it was going to. So that's great. I don't know, man. I had this idea that if I set up a garage sale and had people coming through, I would just be selling item after item, and it would all be gone by the end of the day. But I sold, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items, and I was there for about 6 hours. And I think 2 or 3 of those was just one guy. He bought one thing and then he came back for more because he told his daughter that he met a YouTuber and his daughter knew who I was, so he wanted to buy more stuff for her. So if that hadn't happened, I would have sold even less. As of right now, I have sold $303 worth of products. That means that I'm only like $37 away from breaking even. So if I could just make $37, that would be fantastic. And you might think that's not very much work. That's only, like a couple more things. But guys, I have other things to do. I have other videos to work on. I actually took a break from this for like a month. The garage sale was like a month ago because I had to work on the Copycats video. But luckily, I remembered a rule called the 80-20 rule, okay? 20% of your work is gonna yield you 80% of your results. And this rule applies for all sorts of things in life, In a classroom, maybe 80% of the trouble is caused by 20% of the kids. In customer service, probably 80% of your calls are from 20% of your customers. And if I apply that to this, maybe 80% of my profit can be from 20% of my products. I need to be focusing on the few products that are gonna yield me that last $37. So if I just look at the 3 most expensive products that I still have on my list, I have the rug, which on Amazon is $150, the raised toilet seat, which on Amazon was $80, and the marble toilet seat, which was $90. I need to focus on the stuff that's gonna bring in the big bucks, because I have like 16 or 17 products still listed, and if I am trying to field messages and coordinate with people for all of those products, I'm gonna go insane. So I fished the big rug and the 2 toilet seats out of the box, and unlike last time where I was just hastily taking pictures as quickly as possible, I took some time. I created eye-catching photos to show these products unique features and assure people the toilet seats had never been used. I also took some time to enhance the descriptions and the product listings, and then I also posted them on Craigslist. As for if it worked, well, you're just gonna have to see for yourself. Okay, here I am, back in the parking lot. The woman who is coming to meet me said she just wants to look at the rug. I hope that means she's gonna buy it, and she just doesn't want to just kind of like see what I got just for fun. The rug is listed for $60, so if I actually sell it for $60 right now, I'll be past breaking even point. I can get out of the game for good. God, I hope she buys this rug. Please, God. Hi, how are you?
How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thanks.
Good. Look at it, it's got the rubber backing too. It's perfect. Said it was new.
Yeah, so I bought a box of Amazon customer returns.
It's
All right,
beautiful. It
fantastic.
really is. Thank you so much. Okay, could you put it in the back of my car?
Absolutely.
Yes! 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 Look at that! 60 bones, baby. I broke even, bitch. I'm out of the game. Welcome to Profit City.
As if it wasn't great enough getting rid of that rug and breaking even, those two ladies that just bought the rug were the nicest people I've ever met. They were so sweet. I'm feeling good. I think I'm gonna do this whole thing again. Just kidding. I don't think I'm ever gonna go on Facebook again, actually. In case you're wondering, I did a little rough estimate of how many hours I spent on this side hustle. That way I could calculate an hourly wage for my efforts. It was $1. That's right, Raleigh, $23, and all it took me was 4 months.
Honestly, bravo. I did not think you were going to be able to make a profit. And just to clarify, you're not counting the cost of delivery into the cost of the box yet, are you?
What?
Yeah, it was $75 to get the box delivered, so that was on top of the $350 for the box. So technically, you haven't quite broken even yet. Hey, Danny.
After breaking even, I felt like I had done what I set out to do. I made a profit, I proved it could be done, and so I called the experiment complete. I let Laura know I wasn't gonna try to sell the rest of the items, and she wasted no time getting rid of everything else so fast. She wanted to use our garage again, man, so she just put everything up on our neighborhood's free cycle group on Facebook and got rid of it all in like a couple of days. I've been working on this video since July, and she got rid of everything in a couple of days, even the stuff that doesn't work. This video is made in collaboration with Climate Town. They came up with the idea and everything, and they actually made an entire video on their channel about the free returns problem. They did a ton of research. They're a lot smarter than me, so if you want more info on free returns, go check out their video. But that brings us to the charity. So I have a profit of $23, or at least I did, until I sold the very last item, the box, to myself. You don't come across a cool big box like this very often. Who knows what I could do with this? I could make it a little fort. So I'm holding onto the box. Unfortunately, I did get a really bad deal on it. It was $10,000. The one time I negotiate and actually drive a hard bargain, it's on myself. So now I've got $10,023 to donate. I'm gonna be donating to Feeding America. They provide meals for people in need. I'm gonna add a fundraiser to this video down below, so if you guys wanna join me in donating, that would be awesome. Even just $1 can provide at least 10 meals for someone in need. So it's a really great opportunity to make a difference this holiday season. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not yet to join Greg, and I'll see you next time. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of Please Stop Trying to Give Birth at Disneyland. Please. Did you guys know about this? I just found out this is a thing. Women are trying to give birth at Disneyland in order to get a free lifetime pass. Don't do that. As I'm sure you guys are aware, because Disney is such a huge company with so many adoring fans and people love going to Disneyland, there are a ton of like urban legends and lore surrounding the Disney parks. You guys may have heard of some of the more outlandish ones, like there's one that like Walt Disney's head is like frozen and buried somewhere at Disneyland or something, or like it's like Buzz Lightyear's head on the Toy Story ride or something like that. But today I wanted to sort of dive into some of the urban legends surrounding the Disney parks. Mostly the strange things that Disney adults do at the Disney parks. Although some of these things are so weird that I hesitate to call these people Disney adults, some of these things are a little extreme. Kind of feel like I should call them something else. These people are like Disney extremists or something, I don't know. The first one, like I said, women flock to Disneyland to give birth and get a lifetime free ticket, which is such a bad idea on its face. Like, please give give birth in a hospital, give birth where there are like medical professionals around and not like a chipmunk. And the worst part of it is obviously this perk is an urban myth and does not exist. This is not a real thing. Laboring women have shown up at Disneyland in the hope that their bub will be born there and get a lifetime free ticket. But guess what? That perk is an urban myth and does not exist. Important to note, this article is Australian. That's why they're calling the baby bub. They're talking about a baby there. They're not talking about like a bottle of champagne or something. I'm going to Disneyland and giving birth to that bubbly dude, which is also what I call having a fart. I just gave birth to a bubbly. As a veteran of the pregnancy game, I know for sure that the journey to motherhood, okay, that's a weird way to say I've given birth before, or just that I am a mom. As a veteran to the pregnancy game. So you have kids, right? Me? Yep, yeah, that's right. I've done 3 tours of pregnancy. I've seen shit you cannot imagine. The pain, the screaming. Yeah, I've heard childbirth can be pretty tough. The innocent lives lost. Oh. What? The airstrikes. So many civilian casualties. Are we still talking about giving birth? Yes. Laboring women are racing to Disneyland's gates in hopes that if their baby is born there, they will secure their child a lifetime pass. Okay, so the article goes on to describe that there are people that have given birth at Disneyland before, and people have tried to replicate it and give birth at Disneyland, and they've gotten caught, and it hasn't gone well. I do feel like the article is over-exaggerating, though, saying that laboring women are racing to Disneyland's gates. Like, pregnant women have, like, the baby already coming out and they're shoving it back in, like running into Disneyland. There's just like a crowd of angry mothers-to-be banging on the gates in front of Disneyland. Let us in! We must release our spawn! Like making a break to the Pirates of the Caribbean ride to do a water birth. I just feel like they're exaggerating a little bit. I don't know if I would characterize it quite like that. So you're probably wondering how this rumor started. Like, did Disney ever at one point give a lifetime pass to someone whose baby was born at Disneyland? Well, I will let this TikTok explain that.
Today in Disney history, the very first Disneyland baby was born. Rosa Salcedo gave birth to a 6-pound, 10-ounce baby girl on a bench on Main Street, USA, right outside of the Plaza Inn. Can you imagine visiting Disneyland as a family of 2 and coming out as a family of 3?
Yeah, I can actually. But not because I'm gonna give birth. I'm gonna kidnap Donald Duck. You're my child now, Donald. The perfect happy family of 3. Husband, wife, and my uncle Donald Duck, who I've been holding at gunpoint for the past 16 years.
There have been 4 babies born at Disneyland, and all of them have been girls, but only one has their own Disneyland birth certificate.
So that might not have sounded significant, but that's actually how the rumor started. The first baby that was born there, Teresa, got a birth certificate that was just like a Disney birth certificate that says like, this is the first baby to ever be born at Disneyland. And I guess like word got out that this baby got some kind of special certificate, and then people just started assuming like, oh, that's a lifetime pass. That baby got a lifetime pass. And from that moment on, has just been a rumor that if you give birth at Disneyland, your baby gets a lifetime free pass. So honestly, if you're like that big of a Disney fan and you do this, you don't even get a lifetime pass. You still have to pay to go to Disneyland. It's just your baby that gets in for free. And I kind of feel like babies get in for free to Disneyland anyway. Is that true? Children under the age of 3 get in free to all 4 theme parks and 2 water parks at Disney World. There you go. You want your kid to get in free to Disneyland? A better conspiracy would be just pretend they're 3 years old for their entire life. That shit could actually work. The article goes on to talk about a time where someone has tried to sneak in to give birth at Disneyland, and they hid in the bathroom while going into labor until I guess employees had to like assure her that her baby would not be getting a lifetime pass, and then she was like, oh, okay, fine, then I'll just go to the hospital. Once they assured her that she would not be receiving a lifetime passport, she came out and accepted the ambulance ride to Western Medical Center where her baby was born shortly thereafter. I don't know about you guys, but it kind of sounds like she failed the test. If you know anything about Disneyland, you know how well the cast members there, all of the employees, all the staff, all the people in costumes are trained to like respond to every circumstance. It sounds like you just entered the giving birth at Disneyland experience, and honestly, you didn't make it to the end where you get the prize. It also says that this discussion board, The Laughing Place, has some hilarious forum chats about this topic. So I guess other people have been like sharing stories about this happening on this forum, but when I clicked on it, it turns out that it doesn't exist anymore, which kind of sucks because I wanted to find out more times that this has happened, but honestly, it is probably for the best. Kind of sounds like they were talking about some pretty sick shit in there. You think you're gonna go to a Disney forum and see people talking about like, my favorite movie's Coco, but instead you see people talking about like, I'm gonna give birth inside of Pluto's house. I'm gonna go to Disneyland and get fucked by Goofy, and then Goofy's gonna be the father of my child, and I'm gonna give birth on It's a Small World. And I'm gonna make Elmer Fudd cut the umbilical cord. Is Elmer Fudd a Disney character? I actually don't think think he is. But he's gonna be there anyway. And then me and my freak mutant, half goofy, half human child will both get lifetime passes. Free pass for life for my little freak. Passes or not, being born in Disneyland is a pretty cool claim. Yeah, I mean, I guess so. The way this is written, it kind of makes it sound like, so you might not get a free pass, but I don't know, it's worth a shot. You might want to do it anyway, just for shits. I've actually found a little bit of discussion about this on TikTok as well.
Quick question, what's stopping me from giving birth in Disney World? Like in the Magic Kingdom, on a ride, in the Epcot ball?
I think this TikTok in particular is a joke, but the comments under this TikTok are actually very interesting. I went into labor at Disney. They were not cool about it. And people like responded asking her to elaborate, and she goes on to detail her experience going into labor at Disney. And from her experience, it kind of sounds like the second anybody starts going into labor at Disney now because of this conspiracy, the entire staff immediately flips and like makes it their top priority to get you out of the park and like to a hospital to give birth. And I guess that sometimes they can be so rushed trying to get you out of the park that it comes off as rude, but obviously they're just like concerned for your health. They also don't want this rumor escalating of like people giving birth getting a free pass. And also it's just like people in sweaty mascot costumes trying to not deliver a baby because that's not their job. So sometimes I guess it comes off as rude. But the funny thing is, from this woman's entire explanation, it sounds like she didn't even know that this urban legend was a thing. So in her head, I guess she just like broke some unspoken rule at Disneyland that she had no idea about and made the entire staff of the happiest place on earth turn on her in an instant, which is so funny to me. Hello there, what can I get for you? Yeah, can I just get a medium root beer, please? Oh, great. Oh, great, another guy here to put his balls in the root beer. What? Hey everybody, this guy right here is about to pull out his big fat balls in front of everyone, in front of a bunch of children, and put his balls in a glass of root beer. Why would I do that? Don't play dumb. I'm not playing dumb. I am dumb in this situation. You've clearly heard that if you put your stupid fat balls— why do you keep calling them fat? In the root beer at Disneyland, you get to spend the night with Minnie Mouse. Oh, what the fuck? No, I just wanted some root beer. Is that true? No, it's an urban legend. But no matter how many times we tell people it's not true, we still get perverts like you coming to Disneyland, ordering root beer just so they can put their stupid— don't call them fat— fat balls in it! Oh, come on, man, don't cry. I already am. Why do you still sell root beer if this keeps happening? Because if you shit in the root beer, you actually do get a free fast pass for Space Mountain. Okay, I don't want to put my balls in root beer, and I definitely don't want to shit in the root beer, okay? I legitimately just want to drink some root beer. Oh. Sorry, my bad, man. I didn't know. Okay, well, that's literally what I asked for, so here you go. Ah, what the fuck is that? It's Walt Disney's head. You said the secret code, so here's his head. No, root beer. What? I wanted root beer. I wanted to drink root beer. So no head? No. Overall, pretty disappointing that anyone actually believed this in the first place. In what world would Disney want to foster an environment where mothers are coming into their park, their theme park, to try to give birth? Especially if they're not like billing it back to the person that gave birth and being like, okay, here's your hospital bill, and because it's Disney, it was $1 million. Now, by now, it should be no surprise to you that there are some people in this world that want to spend every waking moment of their lives at Disneyland, especially their most precious moments in life, which is why you can also get married at Disneyland.
Let's take a look at some of the craziest places you can get married at Disney World. Starting at $12,000, you can get married at the Haunted Mansion in Disney World.
But just like expecting mothers trying to sneak into the bathroom to pop out a quick person, couples are of course also trying to cheat the system and avoid paying to have their wedding at Disney. So they'll just like sneak in with like themselves, maybe a couple family members and an officiant, and just like have the wedding in like a somewhat secluded area of the park. Here we have an article that details a San Diego couple sharing their secret Disneyland wedding story. Not many people can say they secretly got married in Disneyland's Sleeping Beauty Castle. 2 years ago, Gabriel and Andrea had been saving up for their dream wedding at Disneyland. However, when they began looking for wedding options options at the park, the couple said that the cheapest option was $12,000. Instead, they decided to spend their life savings on a house. Great move, honestly. No complaints so far. That's a very wise choice. So Gabriel and Andrea decided to have a secret wedding at Disneyland. The couple gathered Gabriel's oldest daughter, an ordained minister, a witness, and packed their bags, heading for Disneyland for what they called a guerrilla-style wedding. Now, I don't know much about weddings. I've only had one, but I do know that you don't generally want to have them guerrilla-style. Like when we were planning our wedding, that word almost never came up, I don't think. Just imagining them describing their wedding afterwards, like, yeah, it was so romantic. We hid in the bushes for 8 hours in the hot Florida sun, wearing camo paint, waiting for the crowds to die down. You know, just sort of waiting out the crowds and the gunshots, the airstrikes. Airstrikes? Then we popped out and I said I do. Happiest day of my life. Here's my favorite picture of the big day. Now buckle up, because this next urban legend is about to get nasty. Quite literally, this is disgusting. Like I said, the most devoted Disney fans would probably spend forever at Disney if they could, but maybe they can. For years and years, the Haunted Mansion has been the home to an endless supply of Disney myths and legends. But the attraction's most prevalent and persistent rumor is that guests regularly spread the remains of their friends and family inside the ride. This can't be true though, right? It is 100% true. Yes, that is right, and I don't want to bash anybody's final wishes. I know that that's a very personal thing, but spreading human remains in a public place that people are like walking around and touching? Please don't do that. Or you know what, I should say, you know, because I feel bad for people who are just trying to honor their dead relatives' wishes or whatever. If you're alive still and you're watching this video and that's gonna be in your will, please take it out. Don't make people do that on your behalf. Honestly, I am a little relieved that people are sticking to like spreading ashes at least, because there are a lot of different ways to dispose of a body. It was actually my grandpa's greatest wish to be laid to rest at Disney. Oh, that's sweet. You're gonna scatter his ashes around at the park? Not exactly. The Haunted Mansion probably has so much human ashes in it, it's not even funny, said one Disneyland custodian. Blah! That is the nastiest thing. Oh my God. Don't do that. Do not do that. Please.
People scatter their loved ones' ashes in the Disney parks monthly. Can you imagine just like being on a ride and the person next to you is dumping out ashes? Disney employees are literally aware of this too. They have to follow special protocols every time this happens. The custodians are used to identifying and vacuuming up these ashes.
I don't know why I was surprised to hear they vacuum them up. Of course they do. It's a literal human corpse, basically. Of course they get rid of it. The people who are like requesting this happen to their bodies must know this, right? They must know that some custodian that does not willingly work in like a morgue or something is going to have to take care of that. This sounds awful for everyone. If you're the custodian, you have to vacuum it up, but if you're the person that just lost someone you care about, you have to know that they're just gonna vacuum it up. They might even make you watch. They have you come identify all the places that you scattered the remains, and then they just like make eye contact with you while they're vacuuming it up. This is going in the garbage now. We're gonna throw this in the garbage now. Say bye-bye. So when you're laying them to rest in the happiest place on earth, you're actually condemning them to forever in the suckiest place in the world. Yes, that is a very funny joke.
And people will put them anywhere too. Like flower beds, bushes, the lawn at Magic Kingdom, outside the park gates.
Outside the park gates? They'll put this shit anywhere too, you know, outside the park gates, on the highway on the way home, the McDonald's across the street, Universal Studios, shit anywhere. It doesn't really matter. I feel so bad for the employees that have to deal with this, honestly. That would be so scary. Honestly, even as a patron, you know, I honestly like going to Disneyland every once in a while. I think it's pretty fun. But next time I go, I am going to be terrified that I'm like touching human remains at all times. Especially now knowing that they put them everywhere. I'm gonna be eating a turkey leg and wondering like, is this actually some guy's leg?
They're most frequently dispersed around the Haunted Mansion, which is kind of perfect if you ask me.
Okay, this girl's actually a little bit too into it. But now this whole ashes thing, which is not really an urban legend, is actually true, has actually spawned urban legends out of it, as you can see here.
Have you heard of the legend of the crying boy at the Haunted Mansion in Disneyland? The story goes a mother spread her son's ashes without permission from Disneyland, and you can see him crying as you're exiting the ride.
Spooky. I wonder why he's crying. Maybe because his ashes are in a vacuum. Maybe because he was a little boy and his mom spread his ashes in the scariest ride at Disneyland. The mom was like, yeah, my son used to love this ride. Every time we would get on it, he would be screaming and crying and shaking because he was so happy and excited. So I decided this is the perfect place for him to spend the rest of eternity. In a rundown castle of pure terror. It's what my darling little boy would have wanted. All in all, it seems to me that Disney, this giant corporation that owns like every media property known to man, has their grubby little fingers wrapped around people a little bit too tightly. It's like you already have every movie and TV show. Do you really need people like begging to spend their entire lives at your theme park also? But even still, with people spreading their loved ones' ashes at Disney, people trying to give birth at Disney just to get free tickets, Disney is still trying their best to immerse you in their parks as much as possible to make you never want to leave. Recently, Disney opened up the Galactic Star Cruiser Hotel, which is a Star Wars hotel and experience. I think it's like a 2 or 3 day long experience where you are like in this hotel. There's like a story that you have to follow about shit going on around you. It seems very immersive, and to a pretty big Star Wars fan, honestly, it sounds pretty cool. But it is also $5,000, and instead of windows, your room has a screen that just shows a video of outer space playing. So, you know, just keep that in mind that you might go insane while you're in this place. With no concept of night or day, you just have to adhere to the Star Wars pre-approved activities. There's like stormtroopers patrolling the halls at all times. It's kind of like they wanted to build a Star Wars hotel, but they built a prison instead. I read through some of the Google reviews for this hotel. It's only been open for a little bit, so there's not that much to go off of. And honestly, there are a lot of 5-star reviews of people who seemingly really enjoyed it. I did think that this review was really funny. This person gave it a 1 out of 5, and they said, thought the experience was fun, but not worth the price. There are too many missions to keep track of, and you are always missing something. It kind of seems like they got like too immersed in the story and like started to believe that they really needed to complete these missions. This sounds more like the review of a disgruntled employee that like works on a spaceship. There are too many fucking missions, man. There's too much shit to do. The hyperdrive is gonna fail, and I need to fix that. Not to mention the First Order's breathing down my fucking neck, trying to get me to give away the location of my comrade. This place is fucking stressful. I think my favorite thing I've seen come out of this Star Wars hotel is this apparently now deleted ad for the experience that says, strike unlikely alliances in your very own Star Wars story. Apparently when you come in, you can decide if you want to be like on the good side or the bad side. So this place is metal, dude. This goes hard. It's crazy to me that you actually can choose to be on the side of like the evil intergalactic fascists, basically. You and your preteen daughter can don First Order uniforms and betray one of your favorite character's trusts, Chewbacca, giving away his location and leading the First Order directly to him, who will take him away to be tortured and then eventually executed. It might be a little too immersive. It might be. We're gonna start hearing people come back and you're gonna be like, how was your trip? You went to the Star Wars hotel, right? And they'll be like, the guilt over my actions will haunt me forever. But I did what I had to do. It was honestly fucking sick. I loved it. And honestly, like, if someone offered to bring me there for free, would I go? Yes, I probably would. Yeah, honestly, I would like to go 100%. I would like to go. And as if living in an intergalactic prison isn't rated by Disney. Oh gosh, I feel like we have so much chemistry together. Me too. This has been great. This date was a lot of fun. I really haven't connected with anyone like this in a long time. Fantastic. How likely would you be to recommend this experience to a friend? What? On a scale from 1 to 10, how would you rate my performance? Performance? I thought you were just like genuinely interested in me, like romantically. Oh, perfect. So a 10 then? I really opened up to you. And you opened up to me. That's all just part of the story living experience. It's Disney magic. So that whole story you told me about how sad you were that you had to release your pet into the wild because it had grown to be wild. That was the plot of The Fox and the Hound. What the fuck is wrong with you? Thank you for riding Disney's Love Connection. Please make sure you pick up all your belongings as you exit the ride. Are you an animatronic? Please do not try to fuck any of the animatronics. Are you all animatronic? Have a lovely day here at Am I the only person that lives here? Anyway, that's the end of the video. It's time to talk about our sponsor. What's up? It's me, a hacker, and I'm so excited to steal your data because you don't have today's sponsor, ExpressVPN. You see, sending data over an unencrypted network is a lot like sending a postcard. There's no envelope to cover up your info and protect your sacred message. So any old creep with a little bit of basic computer knowledge and a little bit of free time can come along and check out all of your private information. I'm talking passwords, financial details, hell, emails. I'm gonna look at all of it. I'm doing it right now. Hey guys, I was just kidding. It's just me, Danny. Well, I wasn't kidding about most of it, actually. Just the part about me being a hacker. But the rest of it is true. Oh, there's not enough light on my face now. Can I just sort of illuminate my face with this? Luckily, today's sponsor, ExpressVPN, is here to help. Because ExpressVPN encrypts all of your network data with their best-in-class encryption. It would literally take a hacker using a supercomputer billions of years to crack this encryption. ExpressVPN has the fastest speeds out there. They've got 24/7 customer support, and ExpressVPN is extremely easy to use. You can fire it up and get connected with just one click. I've got ExpressVPN on every device that can have it, just to have a little bit of extra peace of mind when I'm out and about, especially on public Wi-Fi. So if you want to find out how you can get 3 months of ExpressVPN for free, then head on over to the link in the description. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. Thank you, ExpressVPN, so much for keeping us safe, but also sponsoring this video. Thank you to you guys for checking out ExpressVPN. When you click on the link, it really helps to support my channel, so thank you for that. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. Greg is what I call my army here on YouTube. We are a ruthless army whose violence and terror knows no bounds. Please subscribe and turn on my notifications to join, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. What's up, Greg? I hope you're having a great holiday season. I know I was, until I watched the new Home Alone movie. And I got sick, also. I think the movie might have given it to me, honestly. You know, guys, when you think about it, I guess it makes a lot of sense that they would make a new Home Alone movie, you know? Hollywood loves their sequels. Their sequels of sequels, and they've already made like 5 Home Alone movies, so why stop there? And sure, like, nobody has watched or even been interested in the last, like, 3, but all the more reason to make another one, you know? Sort of a comeback Home Alone movie this could be. I guess could have been, if it wasn't already out and wasn't already bad. It's a shame, man. I really liked the first 2 Home Alone movies, but then after that, nothing feels the same. And I don't know what it is about this one in particular, but watching this little kid beat the shit out of these burglars, it's just not as fun as it used to be. I guess I really am grown up. Oh, no, you know what it is, actually? It's not that I'm grown up. It's that instead of making the villains in this movie like cartoonishly evil burglars, they made them like a struggling middle-class family who are only breaking into this kid's house due to a misunderstanding. They're not evil. They're not trying to hurt anyone or kill anyone. They're just like a down-on-their-luck family. And this rich kid is just fucking him up at every turn, dude. This movie is insane. You know how a Home Alone movie goes. There's a kid, he gets left in his house by himself, there's robbers who try to break in, and the kid sets up a bunch of traps to try to hurt them and embarrass them. And that's exactly what happens in this movie. So you're probably wondering, who are these robbers and why do they want to break into this kid's house so bad? So let me tell you. Pam and Jeff McKenzie are parents. They live in the same area as the main kid, Max. And the movie starts off with them having an open house. They're trying to sell their house because they're both down on their luck. One of them doesn't make very much money and the other has just lost his job. And so they're trying to sell their house to keep food on the table for their families. It's very sad. The movie sort of tries to make it into like a funny thing happening. There's like millennials that come to try to buy the house, wearing berets and scarves. You know how like millennials do. Always wearing berets and scarves, I am.
The schools here are amazing.
They are totally lit.
And there's a lot of scenes like this in the movie that seem like they're trying to get you to empathize with this couple. In this scene, they're just talking about how they can't afford to live in this house anymore, even though they love this house and they always thought that they'd be growing old together in the house. Unfortunately, it just won't be able to become a reality for them.
I always thought we'd get old and weird in this house, but we've done the math. We can't afford it on my salary alone.
Yeah, but I mean, I crushed my interview with IBM.
Crushed it. But that was 3 months ago.
It's very sad. And when I watched this, I didn't know that these two were going to be the ones who were gonna have all of the booby traps happen to them. And it's kind of crazy now watching it back, being like, holy shit, just about an hour and a half from now, these two are gonna be getting maimed by a rich child. How fucked up is that? So what's their motivation to rob this kid, you might ask? Well, it's sort of, I feel like everything in this movie is so long and convoluted to explain. Probably because they've done this same movie like 6 times now. And so they keep having to come up with like new, more obscure ways to explain everything. Like, how does the kid get left home alone? And why are burglars trying to get into his house? Basically, there's this doll that the McKinseys own. They have a whole collection of these dolls that were like his grandma's or something. And they find out that one of them is worth like $200,000, which is enough money for them to like save their house and have enough time for the husband to find a new job. And they can even remodel the whole house. It's great. But during their open house, Max and his mom, who are rich, by the way, they live in a mansion, stop at their open house because Max has to pee.
Do the maths. 6 soda refills into one tiny 10-year-old's bladder does not go.
They sort of are using this less wealthy family's house as a public restroom of sorts. And the McKinseys talk to Max about this doll, and that's actually how they learn how valuable the dolls are, is because Max's mom knows this information.
There was this elderly lady who bought one at a garage sale for about $10, and then it ended up going for about $5,000.
And then the doll goes missing.
That brat kid stole my doll.
And so the McKinseys assume that Max stole the doll from them. So they are breaking into his house to try to get the doll back so that they can save their family. Which is not a decision that they take lightly, mind you. They're not like stoked to do this. They're like a normal family just like anybody else, but this is like the only thing they can do to try to keep their family afloat. They're actually like extremely nervous about doing this because they don't want to get caught and they don't want to hurt anybody. Little do they know they will get caught and they will get hurt. So yeah, in various ways, this movie goes out of its way to show you how nice of people the McKinseys are, how much they don't want to break into this house, but how they're like left no other option. It's like, it's honestly, you gotta kind of respect it in a way. They're like, look how these people, they're so nice, they're so sweet, wouldn't hurt a fly, they just really want to keep their family well-fed and in a nice house. We're gonna fuck with them. We're gonna fuck with them hard, dude. This is like an evil Mr. Beast video. So at first, only Jeff is on board, but then this scene happens, and this is what finally gets Pam on board to help out with the robbery as well.
You gotta save our house. Seriously, Mom, will you just get the doll?
It's just entering, Pam. We have the key.
Pam, you have to call me. Hi,
Come
Gavin
and
White.
get me! No, Fräulein! No!
I will, you ugly little boy.
Weirdly inspirational music as this woman is having a full meltdown. She's like hallucinating. This is the moment she's realizing she has to do something that is like deeply against her morals just to put food on the table for her family. And the music is just kind of this like inspirational Christmas song. Does not seem like the right tone, but okay. So now you may be wondering, since I brought it up, how does Max... So now you may be wondering how Max gets left home alone. They've done this movie a million times. How can they possibly come up with new ways for a child to be left home alone from a family vacation? Well, the short answer is they basically just, everything is so confusing that they just leave him home. It's confusing for them and it's confusing for us as the audience. They're going on vacation to Japan with a bunch of extended family. So they've got a bunch of families staying at their house. It's very chaotic. It's very hectic. The whole beginning of the movie is just them like rapid fire introducing a bunch of characters that we literally never see again. In all this confusion, the families get split onto 2 different flights to go to Japan.
You have split our family onto 2 separate flights. Can you speak up, please? It's very loud in here.
And so they can't really keep track very well of who's on which flight. Now, as for how he actually gets left at home, Max is sort of a Scrooge of a child. While Max has like all of his cousins over playing, they're all running through the halls, playing video games, shooting Nerf guns at each other. Max, I guess, is like overwhelmed by all of this and goes to hide in his family's BMW. There's like a random car commercial at the beginning of the movie. He leaves the ruckus of his house on the holidays to go sit in the garage in his family's BMW and watch cartoons.
Mom? Dad?
Seems like a weird way to advertise BMWs, honestly. I'm not sure about that product placement. BMW. For rich recluses who hate their families. Get left home alone while your family goes to Japan because you were watching Looney Tunes in your car. BMW. This kid is a weird one, man. He's like 80 years old or something. He lives in a huge ass house. He's got a bunch of cousins. He's got a million toys, probably. Seems pretty fun to me. But instead he's like, get all this fun out of my house! I hate Christmas. I'm gonna go hide in my luxury car and pass out for 12 hours. There are a lot of choices in this movie that make very little sense, and I'm still trying to figure out why they would do these things. This movie looks like weirdly cheap while also having a ton of big celebrities in it. People even I was surprised to see, even after watching a trailer, like Kenan Thompson, Pete Holmes, Ellie Kemper. They have like a ton of big names in this movie, and some of them with like really weirdly small, insignificant parts. Chris Parnell, for example, plays Uncle Stu in this movie, who we see once at the beginning, and then for the rest of the movie, he's shitting.
Did Carol leave?
Travel safe.
What's going on?
He's shitting even before we see him too.
I told you to use the restroom in the coffee shop, darling.
After Uncle Stu had been in there? Really? Did you see how many deviled eggs he had for lunch?
And then for the rest of the movie, we only hear him through the door of the bathroom.
Did somebody call the house?
No, because we don't have a landline, Stu.
Because he gets to Tokyo and then I guess had more bad food and is still shitting. Actually, that might be one of the funniest parts of the movie, honestly. The fact that this uncle is just pooping his brains out the entire time. That is pretty funny. And the fact that they got such like a big name to play him, and we're paying you $5 million for this role, and you're gonna be behind a door pooping your brains out, and we're never gonna see you. Is that cool? Also, Mikey Day from SNL is a priest in this movie. If you didn't look very hard, you might not even know there was a priest in this movie, let alone the fact that he was played by someone famous. If this movie was good, it would have been cool to see so many famous actors, but because it was really underwhelming, it was almost disappointing every time a new actor popped up that I recognized. I was like, oh, not you too, man. What's going on? Are you okay? Another weird choice, they threw in this line in the middle of the movie about remakes always being worse than the original.
Oh, this is garbage. I don't know why they were always trying to remake the classics. Never as good as the original.
Like, yeah. Fuck you. It was like the studio being like, we know this isn't as good as the first one, but you're still gonna eat this shit up, aren't you, little piggy? Little piggy likes his Home Alone movies, doesn't he? And I did eat this shit up, alright? So, I can't talk. I watched it still. I feel like with a kids movie like this, you always have to appeal to the kids, but then also throw in some good stuff for the adults in there too and make it fulfilling for them to watch. That way they'll want to, throw it on with the kids every year, right? And this movie works well enough for kids, I think. I think kids just like to watch Max make the booby traps and think, I could do that if I was home alone and there are people trying to rob me. I could defend myself against two adults who are trying to kidnap me. It's fun to imagine yourself as a smart little 6-year-old, even if you are a dumb little 6-year-old. But this movie, while being fun for kids, I would say is deeply saddening for adults. The second half of this movie is just watching a struggling family getting their shit rocked by a rich asshole kid.
Bombs away!
He's just not a cool, fun kid. He's a rich asshole who tries to steal from church at one point.
I'm definitely a child in need. Need of this. Can I help you?
Even if Max was a likable child, we probably wouldn't even know because we spend hardly any time getting to know him. And the time that we do spend getting to know him, he's not very likable. When he first gets left home alone, in the movies, that's like their chance to do everything they've ever wanted to do in the house. But all Max wanted to do, I guess, was play video games and Hot Wheels and then watch porn.
Well played, Mom and Dad.
Was he trying to look at porn? We will never know. But I have to assume that that's what they wanted us to think, right? Actually, after watching this movie, I wouldn't be surprised to find out it was something super violent. Working Family Gets a Beating compilation. No one can stop my violent urges now. Damn it. Also, during the big heist when the Mackenzies come to rob Max, he doesn't act like a kid who thinks he's going to be kidnapped should act. He acts creepy. What a kid should do, even if he set up booby traps, he should set all those up and then find a place to hide, right? Get in a box under a box in the basement and just hide there. But not Max, dude. He is sick. Every time the mom gets thrown across the room or a few teeth knocked out, he's always right around the corner giggling. He's been waiting for an excuse to do this, for sure. He has been planning this for longer than it seems, I think. Speaking of which, let's talk about the traps. I think the traps in this movie might be pretty on par with the other Home Alone movies, with the exception of a few particularly grotesque ones.
One, two.
And also the, I think the makeup artist for this movie thought they were doing makeup for a horror movie. At one point, Jeff gets shot in the head with a pool ball because Max has sort of like a gun that shoots out pool balls, which I do think would kill someone. But Jeff is just kind of walking around the rest of the scene with like a giant ass bump on his head. It is horrific.
Why is he doing this to us, Pam?
At one point, Pam, sweet Pam, is lit on fire.
Okay.
This poor mother is set ablaze. She runs to the hose to try to put out the fire and it sprays her. And then for the rest of the movie, she looks insane, dude. At one point, it shows her feet as she's stepping on Legos, her bare feet. And her feet are burnt to a crisp. And the whole time I'm trying to think, what were the writers thinking during this part? You know what, man? This is gonna be even funnier because they probably don't have health insurance. So this is probably gonna be even worse for them financially than it is physically. This couple have had the worst week of their life, man. And then they just get beaten up. There's a point where after the mom gets lit on fire, she just lays down in the snow and cries. Am I supposed to be laughing right now? This is so sad. The worst booby trap of the whole movie, and probably any Home Alone movie, I feel like has gotta be this one. It is so grotesque. It is honestly scary. This is some horror movie shit right here, okay? Pam thinks that Max has just run up into the attic, so she goes to pull down, like, the ladder that leads to the attic, and instead she's greeted with a Nerf gun that shoots out Nerf darts with push pins sticking out the front. And for the rest of the entire booby trap montage, she just has these pushpin Nerf darts sticking out of her face and hands and everywhere. It is so scary. It is nasty. This movie is foul. And I gotta be honest, the whole time, I was not rooting for the kid at all. I was rooting for the couple. I'm not sure if that's how it was supposed to be, but it was not very satisfying, I will say, if it was. Maybe this was the Home Alone movie where they tried to flip it all on their head and be like, let's root for the robbers this time. But we still watched them get their asses handed to them, so I would say that it was not very fun. I especially wasn't rooting for Max the first time I watched this because we're all led to believe that he did steal their doll, their $200,000 doll. It turns out at the end of the movie that he actually didn't steal their doll, and it was all a big misunderstanding. I guess the whole thing could have been avoided if they had just kind of talked it out. But Jeff's nephew had stolen it, I guess. Kind of a weird thing to reveal at the end because it really makes you hate Max, because you're like, this kid stole from church. He also stole this extremely valuable doll from this struggling family. What the hell? I hate this kid. Anyway, that's pretty much the end of the movie. They get the doll back and they sell it, and then they can live in their house happily ever after. And yeah, that's the end of the movie. Now it's time to talk about our sponsor, ExpressVPN. This video has been sponsored by ExpressVPN. Guys, if you're using the internet without ExpressVPN on your computer or your phone, you're missing out. You're not getting the full experience because ExpressVPN unlocks so many possibilities while keeping you safe. Because while ExpressVPN sends all of your data through a secure encrypted tunnel, keeping your data safe from like hackers and your ISP and advertisers, it can also help you unlock a bunch of content that you didn't even know was there. For example, did you know that some Netflix libraries in other countries have nearly twice as many Oscar award-winning titles than in the US? So just saying, if you download ExpressVPN and change your server location to a different country, your Netflix is gonna be crazy. I have ExpressVPN on pretty much every device I own that can have ExpressVPN. I've got it on my laptop, I've got it on my phone, and I've used it to watch many a Netflix title that are not available in the US. Harry Potter, for example. You bet your boys watched it on Netflix. I'd like to see you try to do that. No, really, I would like to see you try to do it. I would like to see you go to expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez and try to do that right now. Go ahead. Like I said, ExpressVPN also protects you from your internet service provider snooping on you and basically getting to log all your data. But when you encrypt your data and reroute it through ExpressVPN servers, that makes it so they can't do that. Think about it like this. Would you rather trust ExpressVPN, a company who's explicitly trying to protect you, or would you rather just send it through the pipes? Send it through the pipes of the internet service provider that you had no choice but to sign up with because they were the only one in your neighborhood and so you just had to sign up with them? Who knows what they could be doing? You don't. They're legally allowed to sell your data to other people, so They could be doing anything with that stuff. So if you want to check out ExpressVPN and support my channel, then head on over to expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez to find out how you can get 3 months for free. That's expressvpn.com/Danny Gonzalez. The link will be in the description. Go ahead and click that to find out how you can get 3 months for free. Thank you to ExpressVPN for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out ExpressVPN. All right, thank you guys for watching this video. Sorry if it was a little short. I am ill, and I had to take breaks periodically throughout this video to have a coughing fit. So, but I'll be back. Probably won't post another video until the new year, but I'll see you guys in 2022. Thank you guys for another year of your support. I greatly appreciate it. And I want to kiss you, and bye-bye. What's up? Howdy, Greg. Apologies for the delays in posting this video. I know it's been a while. I do explain later on in the video why that is. But I wanted to really quickly announce that I have some stand-up shows coming up on December 11th at Zany's in Rosemont, Illinois. The last shows I did were so fun, so I want to do it again, and we've got some really funny comedians on the lineup. If you want tickets, the link is in the description, but if not, then just enjoy this video, guys. This one's on me. What's up, Greg? Look, we all know the handful of social media apps that are popular today. You got TikTok, Instagram, DoorDash. You guys might not think that DoorDash is very social, but I like texting with the drivers and, I don't know, trauma dumping on them. But lately I feel like something's changed. All of the popular social media apps just aren't doing it for me anymore. I'm tired of Instagram. I'm tired of TikTok. I'm banned from DoorDash. So I was just sitting here thinking, what about all of the not popular social media apps on the App Store? Surely there are more apps out there than just a handful of popular ones, right? So I just searched social media on the App Store, and I found a bunch. There's an app where you can post videos and go live like TikTok, but instead of a real person, you're a customized animated character. There's an app that only has 1,000 ratings, but somehow promises everybody who uses it will go viral. There's even a social media app for UFO sightings, guys. There's a whole world of apps out there. So I downloaded a bunch of these apps, and I'm going to try them out in order from the most popular one to the very least popular social media app I could find on the App Store. Starting with the most popular one, Zapto. This is an app where you can go live, make dance videos, connect with other people, except the whole time, you are a custom animated character. This is the most popular app I'll be talking about in this video. It has 465,000 reviews on the App Store. I'm very curious to see how crazy I can make my character. Like, can I design like a Smurf? Can I go viral as Papa Smurf? All right, let's open up Zapto and see what happens. Let's create your avatar. I mean, I'll give it to him. All these ones look cool. And I feel like that's probably the point of this, is to like kind of look cooler than you look in real life. Like you want to create the version of yourself that you wish you were. I want to create like a horrible monster that I am glad doesn't exist. Ugh, why do I feel like that actually kind of looks like me? They were like, we're gonna start you off with the most basic looking person possible. You know, obviously nobody really looks like this, but you can customize it. And I'm like, no, that actually kind of looks like me. Okay, we got kind of like a swaggy Peter Griffin situation here. All right, after much deliberation, I have finally settled on a look for my little character here. Everybody take a look at this guy. Yo, look at this little freak. Blue skin, short as can be. Might be a witch? You know what? I started designing him as a joke, but I kind of really like him. He's a cute little thing. Also, I think I need to make a username. I think I'm gonna name him Baby Bug Bug. I made my profile name Baby Bug Bug and my username Baby Bug Bug. It also wants me to come up with a job. My job is Baby Bug Bug, and I made my bio, help me get to 10,000 followers so I can get back to my home planet. Some interesting Baby Bug Bug lore there. I'm trapped on Earth, and they won't come pick me up unless I have 10K followers. It's a very exclusive planet. Initially, the only reason I wanted to download this app is so I could go live as some little freak. But upon entering the app, I realized you need at least 100 followers before you can go live. What? Reach 100 followers and start your Zapto live? I can't even go live until I have 100 followers? What the heck? In hindsight, I guess that makes sense, because like, who would I be going live for if I had no followers? So I just decided to make some videos. Okay, so it looks like they have trending templates here, and so if I just click on one of these, is my character gonna do it? Look at Baby Bug Bug go! And I can change the background too? Oh, Baby Bug Bug is getting into it. I like it. I must have been really enjoying the experience so far, so much so that I began to identify as Baby Bug Bug. I didn't even realize I was doing it at the time, but I stopped referring to Baby Bug Bug in the third person and started referring to him as me right here. So I got this video of me dancing in a spaceship. I'm gonna caption it, I'm an alien. Follow me so I can get back to my home planet. Done. beg the question though, like anybody can go into the app and use that dance and just do it in the blink of an eye. So what incentive is there for anybody to like anything if anybody could have made anything? Like, it's not impressive, it's not that interesting, but I don't know, maybe people on this app are just really supportive and they just like seeing the same video over and over, so we'll see. At the bottom of the app, along with the options to go live and create videos, there's also a world tab. That takes you to a page with a bunch of different rooms and mini games you can join. There's a Squid Game room, there's a K-pop Demon Hunter room, and I guess they're like, are they games or what? Party game? I guess let's go in there. Matching me with a player. Wait, why am I tall all of a sudden? They're matching me with a player, but they made Baby Bug Bug tall. What the F? Okay, oh, it's just a little game, all right. Ah! Did I get shot? Oh! Oh my god, they're gonna kill Baby Bug Bug! Run, Baby Bug Bug! Honestly, that was kind of messed up. I don't like what they did to Baby Bug Bug. They shot him, but even worse, they made him tall. Okay, let's go into M's room. Jump together. This room doesn't exist. Oh. Okay, my bad. It's just that you offered it to me, so kind of seems like that's your problem. Yo, do you want to go into M's room? Yeah, sure, I'd love to. Well, there's no such thing, so why would you want to go in there? Okay, so I'm at a pool. This room seems more chill. Maybe I can go ask these people if they want to follow me. Okay, there's people. Whoa! Oh no! People are talking over here. Hello.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Baby Bug Bug.
Do you need followers? You literally have 0 followers.
Yeah, I need followers so I can get back to my home planet. I'm Baby Bug Bug. I'm from a planet where you have to have 10,000 followers, otherwise they kick you out and make you go to a different planet, so.
Hold on, let me just be a dude demon thing that my cousin wants me to beat 3 seconds. Hold on.
You gotta be a demon for a second? Is that what you said?
Yeah, because I'm a demon boy.
That's alright, man. I go demon mode sometimes too.
Oh my god, no, literally, I'm a demon. I'm a literal demon.
Yeah, me too, man. I metaphorically am a demon sometimes too. Oh! Ah! 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 It's a demon! So I want to try to get like 100 followers so I can go live. Do you know how what's the best way to do that?
I got 103K followers on here.
You have 103K? So do you get followers by like posting videos, or like what do you do? Or you just like meet people?
By being who I am. I get followers by becoming everybody's friend.
Yeah, I mean, you are pretty friendly. I'll give you that. You're the friendliest demon I've ever met. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna keep exploring. Thank you guys for the advice, and thank you for being so friendly. Well, those kids were super nice. I can't believe that kid has 100,000 followers just from like hanging out with people. What the heck? Okay, great. I have 3 followers now. So pretty close to the 100 I need. None of them have watched my video. That's cool. And unfortunately, the players in the next room I went to were much less friendly. Whoa, what's going on, guys? What up? I'm Baby Bug Bug. I'm an alien. I'm a baby alien. Yeah, I'm gonna follow everybody in here. If y'all want to follow me back. Anybody think that's cool? What? Wait, who nicknamed me Butt? Who gave me that nickname Butt? Whoever did it, I think they left. That's not very swaggy of you guys. The next day, I decided to check out some live streams on the app, which mostly consisted of completely silent gift battles. Is there audio in this live stream? Man, I don't understand what's going on at all in this. There's no audio. And everybody in the comments is just begging for follows. Follow for follow, follow for follow. Hey, can you guys follow me? Let's see if I get any followers from that. I bet everybody's gonna be jumping at the opportunity to follow me after that message. Did I get any followers? Oh wait, shit, did I? I have 16 now. How did that happen? Should I just go into live streams and ask people to follow me? Okay, wait, why can't I hear any of it? Is this my problem? Okay, I'm saying, can you guys hear? It's silent for me. Oh, someone said me too. Your voice is not audible, girl. Oh, okay. Now everybody else is chiming in, being like, hey, wait a minute, why can't we hear this girl? Nobody thought to talk about that before I got in here, or what? Wait, even the person streaming also said same. Same, dude, I can't hear shit either. I'm talking with my mouth, but I can't hear shit coming out. Do any streams have sound? I'm just gonna keep going through streams until I find one that has sound.
Surpass me.
Oh! Oh!
Hello, hello, hello.
Finally, a stream with audio, dude.
Hello. Hi, Pooja. Hello, what's up?
Okay, their talking is kind of just like the same kind of discourse as the comments of just people being like, hey, hi, how's it going? Hey, hi. Hello? So there's some kind of gift battle going on. I wonder if I presume they're making money from this. I wonder if they're making a lot. There's 38 versus 6. So I don't know if that's like dollars or cents or millions of dollars. Do you make a lot of money doing this?
Bro, I don't make any money doing this.
They don't make any money doing this? It's just a gift battle, but nobody gets to keep any of the gifts? Dude, you should come over to my place for Christmas. We're doing kind of like a white elephant, but at the end we just throw all the gifts in a fire. All right, guys, well, that's about all the patience I have for this app. There's some nice people on the app. I think the real shining star is the worlds that you can go into and actually interact with other people. So if there's one redeeming quality of the app, I would say it's that. All right, next up, we got Zigazoo. With 33,000 ratings, Zigazoo is described as safe social media just for kids. And I don't know about you, but my first reaction to this concept is, I mean, don't get me wrong. If young kids are gonna be on social media, I guess it's good that they have like a safe app to use. But like, the age for this app is 4 and up. 4? I mean, what about infants, man? Come on, what, you're too good for infants? Okay, Zigazoo, let's get in here. How old is your child? Will it actually let me enter 4 as the age for my child? 4. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, what is your child interested in? I mean, they're pretty much mostly just interested in yum and vibes. Select a username, be creative and fun, and no last names. Okay, first test. Can I put my last name as my username? No, I can't. All right. Can I put a somewhat offensive word as my username? Gun. No, okay, I can't. Or maybe that username's already taken. Goo Goo Gaga 9000. All right, we're in. Give the gift of safety on Zigazoo? Wait, does this mean it wants me to sign up for premium to be safe? Look, this is a social media for kids, but you're gonna have to pay extra if you want them to be safe, all right? Okay, you've got basic and premium, and with premium, you have no ads, you can comment, faster video posting, oh, you can create challenges and 60-second videos and exclusive editing tools. All right, well, I guess I'll pay for that. I get a 7-day free trial too, so that's pretty good. Okay. Parents only. A parent is required to continue. Please select an answer and press continue. Yo. So this is how they can tell who is a parent and who is not. Because no child, well, no 4-year-old, to be fair, would know what 3 times 7 is. But what if your parent is dumb? All right, so I'm not gonna show any of the content on this app, obviously, because it's just a bunch of kids making videos. What I will say, though, is that I vehemently disagree with the entire premise of this app. Kids do deserve a safe place to practice getting creative, make videos by themselves or with friends. And I've got great news, because that safe place actually exists. It's called in real life, with their friends and their family. Why do kids need to be posting videos into the ether for strangers to see and judge them at all? Kids have a hard time navigating the opinions of their direct peers in their own community. Do we need to expose them to everybody in the whole world? Do we need kids to learn at a young age what it feels like to get 0 likes on a post that they worked really hard on? Anyways, I wouldn't download this app for my kids. Also, the app makes my phone like boiling hot, so all in all, I just cannot recommend it. With 4,000 reviews, Enigma is a social media platform for sharing and viewing UFO sightings. Naturally, I want to get on here and fake a UFO sighting. Whoa! We found 1,805 Enigmas within your vicinity. Holy cow. And I can get notified when there's a new UFO sighting in my area. Okay, medium-sized object gliding in London. Let's take a look. Let's see what we think. Yeah, I'm gonna say that is 1,000% an airplane, right? Yeah, that's just a plane. The top comment is an airport nearby. The person who posted said, yeah, I think so. You can check, there's London City Airport nearby. That looks like a plastic bag to me. What the hell is that? It's a plane. Got another one in London. Large silver disc flying away. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay, this one is interesting. Look at this. There is a plane in the sky. You can see that in the background. But then there's also a large silver disc. Let's see. Large silver disc flying away. Curiously, it does seem to be moving at the exact same speed as the plane. Maybe it's running away from the plane. It's an alien who came down to Earth and it's like looking around from the sky and then a plane comes from behind. It's like, oh, what the fuck is that? Ah! You can see the string on the balloon, for God's sake. Come on, people. This is not a UAP or drone. Oh. Yeah, I can see like a faint string-like entity, but you know, that could be anything. That could be some kind of alien technology, a probe, it could be a tentacle, it could be that thing's dick, I don't know. Yeah, this video also seems like it might have a string. Okay, you know what? I am starting to think that it is clearly a balloon. Okay, here's one of the audio-only posts for some reason. Let's see. Boomerang-shaped object with red lights flying.
Sitting at this graveyard in a church. And I'm staring at the sky, watching the stars, and I'm with 2 of my friends, or one is my brother, one is my friend.
2 of my friends, or actually one of them I fucking hate, he's just my brother, and the other one is my friend. The other one's cool as hell.
And we see this boomerang-shaped UFO.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a spooky UFO sighting. Maybe it was a drone, maybe it was some kind of spacecraft. Why were you hanging out in a graveyard with your friend and brother? That's like what I want to know. What kind of person are you? All right, I want to see some like really good convincing stuff. Where's the really good stuff? Small metallic object flying. Okay, let's see. See, now I'm just gonna think every single one is a balloon. I'm like, that's just a shiny balloon. It's a balloon. Yeah, okay, so the people agree with me. The fact that the comments say Myler balloon makes me believe it isn't. That along with my own eyes watching the video. Okay, so there's some people on the app that think everything's a balloon, and other people on the app that are like, I'm gonna believe the opposite of what everyone else says. You know, I'll be honest, I was kind of expecting to get onto this app, and it would be kind of just like an echo chamber of everybody being like, on every video, oh my gosh, UFOs are real. The government is really hiding it from us. But there's a lot of very skeptical people on here. You can't just upload a balloon on this app and expect people to buy it. Honestly, they might even be more skeptical than me, because that first one that was a balloon, I didn't even notice the string. I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. I was about to throw my whole life away and go search for UFOs. And the comments actually kind of talked me down. It does look like there's actually a lot of sightings around O'Hare Airport, which is kind of funny. What the fuck is that thing in the sky? It's landing at the airport! This app kind of sucks to use. It's like really laggy. I'm pressing the button to go to the comments on this one. It's like really slow. I think this app is trying to lose users. I think they have something to hide. Someone said this looks like a spot on a glass window. That's actually kind of a good idea. Maybe I'll try to upload a video of that and see what people think. Okay, I'm gonna draw a little dot right here. Oh yeah, now that looks like a spaceship. I think maybe this needs a more distinct look to it. Like maybe it needs to be more like a pill-shaped or something. That way you can tell it's not just a random schmud. Something more sinister. Oh, yo, yo, whoa, 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 whoa! Okay, that was, I feel like that one was actually kind of convincing. Let's see. Yo, whoa, 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 whoa! Freaking the heck out as this thing just kind of meanders gently through the sky. Yeah, this looks totally fake. I'm not even gonna pretend it looks real, but I'm just gonna post it and see what people say. And I swear to God, if they try to gaslight me into thinking it was a balloon, I know what I saw. Oh, it's under review. Under review. I wonder who reviews it. Bashar decided that your video is fake, so we're actually not gonna post it on the app. Does a physical person have to look at that and decide whether it goes up on the app? I don't know if I like that. I don't know if it's actually gonna get approved now. But good news, guys. After just a couple minutes, I got a notification that my video was approved. So I went into the app to check it out, and my video was clearly labeled denied. I don't know why they had to lie to me about it. That makes it hurt even more, but they saw right through my charade, and they denied my video, guys. All right, so I went out and I created what I think is a much better UFO sighting video. Here's what I did. I went to Walmart, I found myself some shiny balls, and I took them to a field. My plan? To throw them as far as I could. So I spent a couple minutes throwing these shiny balls, and then I got home and I just edited myself out of the video. So now it looks like was taking a video of the beautiful day in the forest preserve. I didn't notice until later some object flies by. It looks like it might be spherical, question mark. It didn't make any noise, otherwise I probably would have noticed it, and it must have been pretty high up, otherwise I would have seen it while taking the video. Next. That's my story, man, and I'm sticking to it. You could torture me and I'll never give you the real one. How many objects did you see? 1. What was the shape? Sphere. Did any sensors detect the UAP? What if I was like, oh yeah, I totally forgot. I had my sonar, radar, night vision, and infrared all out, and they saw it. Are you any of the following? I am a scientist. That seems like probably the only one of these that I can pretend to be without like breaking some kind of law, so I'm gonna say that. Okay, here it goes. Finished. Let's see what happens. I'm nervous. I want to get some feedback on this one, man. I hope it actually gets on the app. And wouldn't you know it, guys, it did get approved, and it even got 2 comments. One of them said, I can't see anything. And the other person said, good catch. So after all of that, I have successfully fooled 1 person. And guys, that's just kind of the master prankster that I am. All right, this next app is one of the most curious ones yet. It's called Waveful, and it claims that you'll gain followers and views at lightning speed. You'll get unmatched engagement, and you can even make money on here. But the weird thing is this app only has 1,000 ratings. So like, where are these followers gonna come from? I mean, I guess maybe there are millions, even tens of millions of people using this app, but they're all so freaking famous now, they don't even have time to leave a review. Finally, an app where I can break through the noise and become the influencer I was born to be. And everyone else on the app is gonna be breaking through the noise too. It's almost like there's gonna be a new noise of people breaking through the noise. Well guys, take a good look, cause this is the last time you're gonna see me before I become famous beyond my wildest dreams on the Waveful app. My plan is to just make a bunch of garbage content and then make a bunch of money. Okay, it wants me to add a profile picture and a username. Well, I haven't decided on what kind of art I'm making, so I kind of just have to pick like a general name that could be cool for any genre of content. So I'm gonna go with something versatile like Swaggy Jason. I'm gonna save the profile picture for later. I'm not ready to do that yet. Just picture like a guy named Jason, but swaggy. Waveful would like to send you notifications. Actually, I don't know if I want to allow that. If I'm to believe the description of this app, it's gonna send me way too many notifications. Just millions of followers a second. Okay, select your interests. Fun is the first interest it lists. Nah, I'm not actually really interested in fun. Pretty overrated if I'm being honest. Do they have sadness and boredom on here actually? Swaggy Jason is gonna be interested in authenticity, just the concept of hobbies. No hobby in particular. When people ask Swaggy Jason, what are your hobbies? He says, my hobbies are interests. And then they say, okay, what are your interests? And he says, I'm pretty interested in hobbies. Create your first post. Select an island to add to your first post. Other members will be able to see it and welcome you. I have to create a first post right away? No, it's like if you want to be a part of this app, you have to post right now. And what does this even mean? Select an island to add to your first post. I'm guessing these are kind of like hashtags, or are these like subreddits? Kind of? Music and video. Okay, let's just do music and videos. Okay, so there's also a media gallery, so I can choose other people's images to upload. Are these all AI images as well? They kind of look like it. Man, this really does make being a creator easy. I can just post somebody else's image. Still can't tell if that's AI. And I can caption it. Whoa! It'll suggest a caption for you too? Sunshine and puppy dust. Who needs a cleaning service when you have this much cuteness? Okay, so I can just steal an image, auto-generate a caption, and post it and become insanely famous. I think Swaggy Jason's liking this app already. Okay, I posted it. So here is my image, and let's see. It already has 4 views? Guys, it's been like 20 seconds and this already has 4 views from people I don't. Wait, why is my name Danny on here? I didn't approve that. Excuse me. It never even asked me my name. Get that out of here, dude. I'm Swaggy Jason. Okay, now my post has 6 views already. That's crazy. Now it's got 7 views, 8 views. Holy cow, dude. Me and this puppy are going to the moon, baby. 12, 13. Holy cow, dude. We're going viral. Look at this. What? How is it doing that? I already have a follower. All right, let's check out some of the content people post on this app. I'm curious what else is going viral on here. Just a video of a barbecue happening. Just a bunch of cooked meats. That's cool. 49 likes. A picture of roses. 257 likes. What are the comments on this? Beautiful roses. Nice roses. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Just a picture of these 2 ladies. 113 likes. Okay, so a picture of roses had 200 likes. A picture of 2 women just standing there had 100 likes. Video of beautiful guitar playing had 28 likes. I'm not sure if I understand this app. Ooh, Ruby Doobie is now live in Pirates Cove. Let's go join.
You guys want to get 100 followers a day? Hey, go into lives like this. Super like these lives. People will see that you did it and they will follow you.
What is a super like? This guy is on live right now just telling everybody to go buy super likes and that will make you famous. So everybody in the comments are talking about super likes too. If you super like me, I will super like you back. Let's see who gives me super likes. It also sounds like everyone wants super likes from this guy in particular. He's acting like he's talking to like thousands of people. I just looked, there's 20 people in here. He's like, all of you won't stop begging me for super likes. It's too much. Leave me alone. There's like a dozen people in here just like, all right, man, sorry. Not trying to drive you insane. He is shaking this juice, man. I think it's shaken up by now. Okay, so it looks like you can give regular likes, and then over here on the other side, there's super likes. And in order to do that, you have to buy them. And then I'm assuming since super likes cost money, if you send them to somebody, they get a cut of the revenue from that super like, and that's how you make money on this app. So it seems like just from my limited experience on this app, everybody is kind of trying to trick everyone else to send them super likes. Like that guy in the live stream was like, guys, if you want me to give you a super like, All you gotta do is give me super likes, all right? Why would I give you a super like when you haven't even given me 10 super likes yet? Dude, my video already has 300 views and 24 likes. People are loving this dog. Wait a minute. I'm noticing some of the same comments over and over. Aw, so cute. Aw, so cute. Cute overload. Cute overload. Well, I know for a fact there are at least some real people on this app because that dude who was live was definitely real. Ruby Doobie or whatever his name is. Since this is an app full of low effort stolen content, I figured if I come on here and make some original music, people are gonna be blown away. They'll have never seen anything like it. So Swaggy Jason got out his guitar and started strumming. Swaggy Jason's coming. I heard him knock on the door. Swaggy Jason's coming. He's gonna swag on the floor. Yeah, well, hope that captivates some people and gets their attention, and we'll see how that does. Swaggy Jason's coming. Alright, I'm officially pissed. It's been about 24 hours, and I thought by now I would surely have hundreds, if not thousands of followers. My song would have rocketed to stardom. But the video only has 30 likes and 4 comments. Now that might seem pretty good for my first, actual post ever on the app, but my real first post, just the static image of a dog, has 47 likes and 11 comments. Everybody is losing their mind over this dog, posting the same 3 comments over and over. Still not sure what's going on with that. Anyway, I do have one positive thing to report, and that's that my song did get 1 super like somehow. So even though people were far less impressed by this one in general than the dog picture, there was one person that was like, this is probably the coolest song I've ever seen. I gotta spend money on this. Also, I do have 39 followers now, which is pretty good for having only posted 2 things. I mean, I gotta say, I don't think that would really happen on any other app, so that's cool. I wanna figure out what to post next, and I'm really having to resist the urge to put a lot of effort into something that is gonna yield no rewards. Plus, I wanna see how famous I can get by putting in the bare minimum amount of effort. Maybe if I go into the music category, I can look at what else is popping off in here. What kind of content on here is getting super likes? Okay, man, what? This dude just posted a static image of his face, and he got more likes than me. Everybody's saying he took a great photo. Okay, I've got this picture of my face, but I'm gonna edit a little bit before I post it. That way I'm not so immediately recognizable. So let me just do that real quick. Okay, I made a nice selfie of Swaggy Jason enjoying the sunset. I guess I didn't really disguise myself that heavily. You can still pretty much tell that that's me, but I gave myself a cool little original hairstyle, and I made my eyes green. So let's go ahead and see if that gets any super likes, I guess. Let's see what happens if I suggest a caption for this photo. Is it gonna know what I'm... Oh, feeling devilishly handsome today. What do you think of my new do? Okay, so yeah, I guess it uses AI to suggest a caption, and it knows that my hair is ridiculous looking. I'm gonna change this to feeling devilishly swaggy today. Oh, you know what? I should make that my profile picture too. Shit. All right, now we just wait. If this somehow gets more likes than me playing guitar, I'm gonna flip. I mean, I don't really know what I'll do. I guess I'll just delete the app and never think about it again. Oh, did it say devilishly handsome because my hair looks like horns? The AI was like, this might be Satan, actually. So from what I can tell, this music and videos island, which is basically like a subreddit, I think, is one of the most popular ones on the app. It's got 1,000 members. In this island, you can look at all posts, or you can look at best posts, which I assume are like the most liked ones in the island. And this one has 489 likes. It's a golden retriever's 15-year birthday. Doesn't seem like it has anything to do with music, really. Okay, look at this dude, Blamore the Ambassador. It looks like he is a fellow musician here on Waveful. He's got 3,000 followers, and he's actually posted some music on here that's done pretty well. People ain't telling me. Yo, and then here he is holding $3,500. Blamore holding $3,500 USD. Nobody on Waveful is like Blamore. Show Blamore some love. Posted by Blamore. Every time he posts music, it gets hundreds of likes, dude. That's how I'm trying to be. That's how Swaggy Jason is trying to be. Oh, shoot, he's live right now. Join the parlor. What does that mean? Does that mean I can talk to him? I joined. Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello? What's going on, y'all?
I'm playing Fortnite. That's about it.
That's awesome.
I make a lot of money on Fortnite.
Hey, Blahmore, I post music too. I was wondering if you had any tips on how to pop off on here. I know that you've been doing really well.
Don't copy anybody else. Make your own digital cover art. Be real with yourself. Rap about real stuff you've been through. Don't rap about other stuff other people been through.
Yeah, so I guess I should just rap about my personal life too, like how I'm the CEO of my company and whatnot.
Alright, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I run a mosquito repellent business.
Yeah,
so I think
and also I can ghostwrite for you too if you ever need. Just let me know.
Yeah, well, I'll message you in a little bit, brother. We can talk. Maybe we can do a collab or something like that. That'd be cool. All right, well, now that I have all that helpful knowledge, I'm just gonna make a song. Of course, I'm gonna stick to Blahmore's values that made him popular on the app: originality, singing about stuff that I've been through. This artistic integrity is super important to me because I want to put love and care into everything I do. But I also don't want to spend too long doing this, so I'm gonna set a 10-minute timer. I just don't really want to spend that much time working on this. You know, I got other stuff to do. On your mark, get set, go. All right, I gotta find some drums. I want it to be kind of an emotional ballad about my struggles as Swaggy Jason, I guess. Swaggy Jason's been through it all. Swaggy Jason's been through it all. I've been up. Oh, fuck, I forgot I'm supposed to be country. I've been up and down. I've had highs and lows. But I know one thing, Swaggy Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. Okay, that's the time. Time's up. I mean, I think it turned out pretty good, honestly, for having 10 minutes to work on it. Let's listen to the final result. I've had ups and downs. I've had highs and lows. But I know one thing, Swaggy Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. I'm a CEO. I'll make $1 million. And I know one thing, Swaggy Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. All right, well, I feel pretty good about posting this. I'm gonna post it in the same island, the music and videos island. And I feel pretty confident after talking to Blahmore that this is gonna be my most successful video yet. I'm gonna take a oh, shit. Probably not a good sign for your music career if hearing your own music scares you. Ooh, that's not good. I'm gonna take a page out of Blahmore's book and hype myself up a little bit in the caption. Swaggy Jason is a popular new singer in the industry. Show him some love, y'all. And here we go, posted. I'm a CEO. It got 2 likes. 2 likes total. And no super likes, by the way. And not a single comment. Guys, it's official. I have absolutely no idea what's going on this app. I started on this app wondering if I could go viral by posting the worst, just most low quality content possible. And I guess actually, I kind of did. That was kind of true because the post that I have that has the most likes and comments is the very first thing I posted. Just a picture of a dog. And you want to know what has the second most likes and comments? Just a picture of me. And then the thing with the least amount of likes is the song that I actually produced and made originally just for this app. Also, I did post one more selfie after this to see if I could recreate the success of the first one. But this one actually only got 2 likes also, so I don't know. Maybe I'm shadow banned on Waveful. Actually, now that I think about it, remember how quickly I was gaining views on the first few videos I posted? Now look at this one. It's just frozen at 33 views. I think I actually am shadow banned. They're trying to censor Swaggy Jason. I don't know what I did wrong, Waveful. I mean, I got on here, I gave it my worst shot, I made bad music, and didn't really interact with anybody. So why aren't I famous yet? Lastly, we have Clear Social. This is the fewest ratings I was able to find on any social media app on the entire App Store. As far as any of us know, only 3 people in the world have ever downloaded this app. As far as what the app actually is, I'm not really sure. The descriptions are super vague. Participate in the trendiest of trends. Right on your feed. Finally, trends on my feed. Usually I gotta go to Timbuktu to find these trends. Watch more videos, consume less data. Don't know what that means. Don't just watch, chat with your favorite creators. All 3 of them. So it kind of seems like the most generic social media app ever. However, all of its 3 ratings are 5 stars, so the people are loving it. My goal on this app might be really easy or really difficult. I guess it depends how things look once I get in there, but my goal is to try to become the most followed person on this app. I want to be the King Batch. I want to be the Mr. Beast of Clear Social. Clear Social would like to send you notifications. Absolutely. I'm gonna need to know when I'm blowing up on here. Okay, you can view reels shared by other users here. This is actually kind of weird. It's like giving me a tour of the app, and the only option is to skip the tour. There's no like next button. I don't even know where I tap, like how do I continue the tour? I feel like this app has such a low self-esteem. It's like discover hashtags and watch reels, but you probably don't care about any of that. You think I'm stupid, don't you? Looks like the first video it's showing me was maybe posted by the official Clear account, and it's got 0 likes, so that's great. That's a good sign. And you know what? I'm kind of sick of coming up with aliases and fake names on these apps. On this one, I'm just gonna be me. It's called Clear Social, you know? Maybe it's all about being transparent, being the real me. Type username. Actually, this is a good opportunity. There's so few people on this app, I could probably get a really good username. I wonder if I could just be D. Okay, sick. I got the username D. I like that it really zoomed in on my picture. It was not that zoomed in when I took it. All right, well, let's explore what videos are on my feed. Okay, we got like a cool baseball video with 0 likes. We got, whoa, a guy riding around on a motorized recliner with 0 likes. A like! And 2 comments. It seems like the vast majority of videos on this app have either like 0 or 1 or 2 likes. The most followed person I've been able to find so far is this dude, Ask Dom That, and he has 13 followers. That's the most followers I've seen on this entire app, so if I could get 14 followers, then I would be the new king of this app. Even this account called Trending, which seems to be like an official Clear Social account, only has 6 followers. So there's not a ton of competition, but I guess that also means there's not a ton of people out here who are even following people. There's also this chatter section of the app, which I think is basically just like a Twitter. And it looks like nobody's even posted anything on here since July 24th, which right now is 7 days ago. And then the post before that was in May. So I don't even know if people are on this app that often. But I guess there's only one way to find out. I'm gonna try to create some posts that appeal to the widest range of people possible. Maybe I'll start out on this Twitter section. Can I just type a little chat? One thing I've learned from Mr. Beast, you gotta hype yourself up. That dude is always talking about how his chocolate is like the best chocolate in the world. We all know it's not, but that doesn't stop him from saying it and tricking 8-year-olds into thinking it. So I'm just gonna post, hey guys, I'm new here, follow me to see some incredible stuff. Really hyping myself up here. Okay, post. After I made that post, I decided to take a break for a couple days. And when I say a couple days, I mean more like a month and a half. And when I say I decided to take a break, I mean I had a baby. So, surprise! I have 2 kids now. So I've been pretty dad-pilled the last month, not really thinking much about Clear Social. I decided to open it up for the first time today to the bitter realization that that post did not really work at all. I still only have 4 followers after all that time. So right now I'm just kind of pissed off because it's like I had that whole month, and what do I have to show for it outside of a beautiful new life entering the world? Anyway, it was time to get back into Clear Social, so I came in today with a plan. My plan to become the most followed person on Clear. There's not many people who are active on Clear. In fact, since I made that post, there have only been 6 different posts in the chatter tab, and 5 of those have been from the same person. So it kind of seemed like it was gonna be a challenge to even find active people to follow me. So what I did was make a video where I said I would be following back anybody who followed me. I posted that video, it got 0 views. Time for plan B. My second idea was to just start following a bunch of people in hopes that they would follow me back. So I scrolled down my For You page, and every video I saw, I followed the person who made it. I went to the list of people following them, and I followed all of them. Then I went to each one of those people, and all the people following them, I followed them. To the point where I think I actually am now following every single person on this app. I'm following 55 people, and I think that's everybody who's ever had any kind of interaction on this app. I followed every commenter, every follower, every poster. So if I wasn't gonna become the most followed person on the app, I will at least become the most following person on this app. And you know what? My plan kind of worked because I gained 1 follower. So now I have 5. It made me wonder, like, who are these people? How did they discover this app? This is at the very depths of the App Store. Like, I would never have heard of this app if I wasn't searching for the least popular social media app. How did these people find it? It was a mystery, to be sure, but I didn't have too much time to think about it because I was doing something else at the time. It wasn't all good news though, because while following people, I came across an account that had even more followers than the person who I thought had the most followers. This dude, Aaron, has 24 followers. I only thought I needed like 15. And it looks like I made the mistake of following him, actually. I don't want to even add to his follower count. I'm going to unfollow him. Now he's only got 23, so this is going to be a piece of cake. So there I was with 5 followers, like a 1/5 of what I needed to be the most followed person on this app. And I was running out of hope, but I did have one more idea. What if I just make 20 accounts, 20 fake accounts, and follow myself using all the accounts. So yeah, I did. I spent like an hour just creating fake accounts, and you can see them now in my following list. Danny fake account 1, Danny's fake account 2, Danny's fake account 3, Danny's fake account 4. I was having a blast. You can tell, you can even see in the profile picture, I was having a lot of fun at first. Then it ended up kind of taking longer than I thought, so as you scroll down, you can tell I'm really starting to get bored with the process. But eventually I perked back up again, and by account number 20, I did it. I was happy again because I knew that after I followed myself 20 times, I now have 25 followers on the Clear app. I am the most followed person that I've seen, and I think I've pretty much seen everybody on there. So, and I actually thought that guy had 24 followers because I didn't realize I was following him. So I actually have 2 more followers than him now. So for the first time in my social media career, I've accomplished something pretty special. I've become the most followed person on a social media app. I am the King Batch. I am the Mr. Beast. I am the... Who's the most followed person on TikTok? Is it Cobby Lame? Is that his name? I am the Cobby Lame of Clear Social. And you know what? That might not seem like much right now, but you never know when social medias are gonna just take off all of a sudden, you know? And I'm already in the perfect position now I'm not gonna use this app ever again. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to say thank you guys for supporting me from the beginning of my career on Clear Social all the way to becoming the most followed person on here. So thank you guys, and thank you, and yes, thank you. I've had ups and downs, I've had highs and lows, but I know one thing, Swagger Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. I'm a CEO, I make $1 million, and I know one thing, Swagger Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. Swagging, baby. Swagging, baby. I've had ups and downs, I've had highs and lows, but I know one thing, Swagger Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby. I'm a CEO, I make $1 million, and I know one thing, Swagger Jason's gonna keep swagging, baby.